What's going on?
Hey, what is
Welcome to
going
CloudNation
on, you
TV.
gamers?
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's up, Ray?
Nothing, man. First off, I want to say congratulations to you. You leveled up on Facebook, guys. If you guys don't know what that is, that's when you become an affiliate with Facebook. I was watching DrSpaceman. Oh my God! Hello, shut up, TV.
Conversation's getting
my
crowded.
I know. I was watching him stream on Facebook, so you guys make sure you follow. If you have Facebook, make sure you follow DrSpaceman on there. But it was great to see him do his thing. And you guys show some support. But yeah, man, just gaming, playing a lot of Far Cry 6. Back for Blood is out. There's a game that I played. Oh my God, that I want to talk about that came on xCloud called the Rift Breaker. I want to talk about the Series X blades, man, on xCloud because I'm starting to see the difference. I don't know how anybody else is playing it, but on my end, I can tell these blades that they're put is oh my God, it looks amazing.
Yeah, because they did the full conversion. We're gonna talk about that in a moment, but
I can tell the difference.
Conversion to Series X.
I can definitely see the difference. And then I saw Vet. He's playing Crisis, which is a game I love. I have Crisis on Xbox. I have it on PC. I remember playing the original Crisis, and it looked amazing. And it has ray tracing, the GFN ray tracing. So yeah, it looks amazing. I mean, these GFN Xbox. I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 6. The String Connect looks really, really good on that. And then I heard Luna got one of my favorite Aliens games. So a lot going on in CloudNation, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much for plugging my Facebook level up, by the way, Ray. Decided to give it another try after a few people trying to convince me, and it's some serious stuff. A lot of people go on there to watch gaming content, so did it another try this week and was really successful. So
great. You're what level? You said you're level 33 in
New World. I think I just made it to level 34.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I just got my I claimed my my skin pack, my pirate skin pack in Prime Gaming. Yeah,
if you play New World, be sure to check Amazon Prime Gaming. The loot there, you get the packs. Ooh. Like I think there's like 2 packs a month that they're releasing.
Cloudbuster. My Xbox. Ooh, you got the S. I rise Monday. Congrats.
Nice.
So
yeah, as for me, been keeping busy with New World, and also started a Facebook gaming, made it to level up. Been trying a few games, been playing a tiny bit of Crisis. I haven't had the time to stream it yet. Hopefully I'll be able to do it tomorrow. But on Geforce Now, so some big news coming their way. They just made a tease about it today, and there's some noise going around. Really interesting stuff happening there. And also, I saw like there's a push to get you to 100,000 subscribers. I think someone actually mentioned it in the chat here. So,
what's that? Who said that?
Get rid of 1K.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. But not just me, guys.
Overdue. This needs to happen.
Support a lot of other people, man. Not just me, but there's a lot of other guys grinding and doing. Yeah, it's a lot of other guys grinding. You make sure you support them as well.
Yeah, you obviously deserve the
Vet, I see you in the chat, man. Get on the show with your GFN news.
And so, it's been pretty busy. A lot of good stuff happening. I also there's some other stuff we're going to talk about on the side of PlayStation. There was some very interesting interview that happened. Very interesting, especially if we're talking about cloud gaming.
Right.
So we've been talking for a while that PlayStation, obviously CloudStation TV that became CloudNation TV. We talked for a while about PlayStation pushing the cloud and some people being in denial, obviously.
Well, I remember
And
you showed the blueprints and the patents. Guys, don't remember? Go back and look. Dr. Spaceman showed you the patents and told you that they were doing something with 5G and everything. So
slowly, I believe it's going to become a priority for PlayStation. We're going to talk about that piece because there's an interview with Jim Ryan I saw earlier this week. I just had enough time now to watch the one with Jade Raymond. Both of those with Game Industries. Plus, there's another podcast. I forgot his name. The prior CEO of PlayStation that I saw, which goes against cloud gaming, but it's an interesting element I want to bring, which talks about the future more than the past. So a lot of very interesting stuff.
Well, some of these consoles now are fusing in with the cloud. You know, I mean,
They have to.
They have to, exactly.
Just look at Flight Sim or on the Xbox side, Flight Simulator or the pirate game. The name evades me. But like the water is made in the cloud, like it's not locally generated. There's more and more elements in games now that are fully reliant on the cloud. So the transition is happening slowly. Eventually, everything will be cloud. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So let's look at the chat.
Yeah, we got a lot of. Thanks for being on the show, man. I've seen he was on so many people's shows, but I appreciate him. He's a great supporter.
Always glad to see you, Maker Chaos. Awesome guy. Awesome discussions with him. So
yeah, he's smart, guys.
We got an awesome guy here, right here.
Yes, game talk. I've been excited. Talking. I look forward to. It's kind of weird, but for some reason, I like Thursday to talk gaming with you guys. So I've been looking forward to this day because all the stuff that comes out.
It's very exciting times.
Yeah.
And we got Derek in the chat.
Yo, what's up, Derek? The red penguin.
It's like Penguin Dragon now, or he's been to the.
Well, I've seen a red penguin. I saw Mr. Paul.
We got someone who's missing in his chair right now.
Look at this, yo. Look, you know who's the Geforce fanboy is.
He's gonna get it tattooed.
Yeah,
on my way back to the studio, just got my wings. He's grabbing wings to eat them in front of us.
My wife is bringing wings.
Ooh,
yeah,
delicious. And fellow Canadian Polaris sucks all the way from Manitoba or someplace like that, more to the center. What's up, Polaris sucks? Always good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
All the way on the other side of the ocean, Mr. Barron plays from the UK. What's up? Hey, everyone.
I see Holtz.
Always glad to see you. Bet you guys got Popeye's chicken.
Hey, Cloud Gamer 201 is in the chat. Luna fanboy here. Yeah, hey, he's the one that introduced me to the couch. Was Cloud Gamer.
I can't wait for Luna to get here. Ray Gaming Cyborg, if you want, you can be on your team to play Back for Blood.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Cool stuff about that game.
I can't play with Vet. Vet leads me to die. He don't heal me. No medical packs. He hogs the medical packs and he steals all the coins and the money.
And we got Holtz in the chat. What's up, Holtz? Always happy to see you, man. Good to see you. We got John DeVille, aka John Porter, here in the chat.
Yeah, Porter, John D2.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, so Paul again. We looked at it earlier. Get ready to 1K.
Thank you.
Please do it. Get him there.
If not me, somebody else.
I thought you get to meet Zuckerberg if you level up. Yeah, he actually downloads your retina, so he actually sees everything you see. That's what happens.
Just so you know, I used to manage a storage facility that is right across from Facebook, and every time when I got off from work, there'd be this Lamborghini. I mean, something that you would see in one of those Forza, and it just gone. Like I would see it and then pew, disappear. But he goes to Starbucks, man. You can see him in Starbucks or going to Jack in the Box. He walks in there. Of course, he's got security. But yeah,
he just downloads this coffee.
nah, dude. The campus. I watched them when they built a park on top of the building, and then I watched them how they stretched the park all the way down the street. And my customers were from Facebook. But yeah,
Great stuff.
good stuff.
Yeah, those companies, like, they got money. It's crazy.
Dude, he bought that. He owns the city. He bought that whole city.
Not surprised.
Yeah,
Look who we got in the chat. Mr.
Rodella.
himself.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was just telling the doctor behind the scenes. Those blades, my mouth hit the floor when I played this game called the Rift Breaker, and I just looked, and I just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Mr. Baron, what have you been playing? Are you interested in Demon Slayer for the 15th of this month? Demon Slayer, that's an anime, right? Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, same thing.
What about Demon Slayer? CloudNation domination.
Oh yeah,
by the way, that's Rouster. What's up, Rouster? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I always see Rouster in Vet streams. He is always there.
Yeah, and he started hanging out on my streams as well. He was there on my big Facebook level up stream. Thanks again for the support.
Somebody's asking me a question.
Far Cry 6 on Luna runs amazing. Both Luna and Stadia has great ports. Nice. Still salty about multiplayer out of the Crisis remasters. Yeah, there's no multiplayer lobbies. Gonna have to play a bit of it to inquire more, but it would have been fun. But yeah,
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
We're getting Halo Infinite at the end of the year, so that'll be good. So many great creators in one show. Polaris sucks. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Rouse of the game is out tomorrow, and not the typical cloud service unless you're Shadow. Okay. Just going down the chat.
I got a couple of someone had a couple of questions for me. It says Ray, what is it like to live in a place that isn't 30 for 6 months of the year and it gets dark at 4 p.m.?
Smooth, bro. Go ahead.
I switch places with you, man. I want to get out of here. Jim dance moves. Ryan doing what he does best. LOL. Damn.
And we got Cloudbusters in the chat. What's up, Cloudbuster? PS Now runs awesome. It does.
It does.
It's something else we're going to talk about that came up during the Jade Raymond interview that actually sheds a lot of light on some stuff. Currently playing Far Cry 6, Alan Wake on PS5. On Xbox, I'm playing Back 4 Blood, but my Switch OLED has taken over my life this past week with Metroid Dread. Heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Can't wait. I'm trying to talk to the wife, like, honey, you did.
Oh, we got Lee in the chat. What's up, Lee?
Oh my God, look at this. Lee,
the man, the legend, the cowboy himself, shoots faster than his shadow. Lee. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Just going on.
Almost to Act 2.
Okay, you mentioned Steel Thieves. Yeah, that's the game I was looking for the name earlier. Had the gym slow response. Lee, your ransom devil. That's pretty accurate. Okay. Got Cloud Gamer 201. What's up? Good to see you, man.
Good to see
Sorry, I'm
you.
a bit slow on the chat there. Chat is on fire and I'm trying to catch up. That GFN tattoo on his butt. Won't be on his butt. It'll be somewhere. Oh, okay, yeah, probably his butt. Everyone will see it.
Or he's got the forehead.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. It's funny how much Vet touts GFN and then shows up on all the Stadia shows. LOL.
No
It's
comment.
Cloud Gaming.
No
Talk
comment.
Cloud Gaming. Okay, I'm gonna try to skip a few. Try to just want to make sure I get everyone. Again, this important.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thought Facebook got into some stuff. Facebook gaming is growing. It's pretty big. It's pretty active.
It is. Definitely.
Is it a question you answered earlier? What is it to live in a place that is in -30 for 6 months of the year? And get started at 4 p.m.
Yeah, but see, we have fires though, man. You know, we're known for fires, earthquakes. So hey, one trade
Don't you
places.
get also like scorpions and snakes and stuff like that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we had on the news they were talking about rattlesnakes. In the North Bay, we've had some rattlesnakes. And there's a guy he captures the snakes and stuff. But snakes are scared of you. So just stay the hell away from them. Just don't go near them. They're more scared of you than you're scared of them.
See, we're really comfortable in Canada. We don't have to deal with
It's
that
too
kind
cold.
of shit.
It's fucking cold.
Just stuffing up. So what
You
if
guys
your
got
hands
bears
cracked?
though. You guys got bears though. I do know that. We got bears,
Yeah.
but I think you guys got bigger bears. Especially
Yeah, we got pretty big
Yukon.
bears.
Yukon. I know
But
you guys got bears.
we rarely see them. Like a few weeks ago, there was 1-2 streets away from me, literally.
Mhm.
I saw some pictures, but it rarely happens. Ray, the gaming cyborg, you're going to play some Quantum Break. What a great game to play. Never tried this game.
Man, you know what? Looked at it, but it's just one of those games that I'll probably play down the road. Right now, my full attention is on Far Cry 6 and Back for Blood and New World. Those are like 3 that I'm playing right now. And hockey. Oh my God. Get that hockey, guys. It is amazing.
Good stuff. Overwatch should come back to GFN. That would be fun.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I personally have a theory about that. We might talk about it. Might be more Stadia related. So
excuse me? Did you say wait a minute. How you said that
not
game
not
okay.
on Stadia.
Oh,
Stadia
okay.
related.
Okay, all right.
But we're gonna talk about that a bit later, probably. It's cloud poor quality, very responsive. GFN is a bit hit and miss. Stadia rock solid.
See Cloudbuster. That's the thing, because I have a friend that lives right up the street, and his xCloud is horrible. It says it's horrible. I'm playing xCloud. I mean, it looked like last night I played. It looked freaking beautiful, and I can see the blades. I'm like, this is not the same system that I played last week. I can see the difference.
I'm just gonna try to skip ahead, just so I don't want to miss anything major.
Cloudbuster NHL 22 on the PS5.
But yeah, wonder why we're having a different experience with xCloud, as I have a great experience. We're literally close to each other. It can be the internet provider. It can be a lot of things.
Your cables, you know, I've heard some people when they change their Ethernet cable, it can be so much stuff. It could be anything.
If you keep your snakes and scorpions, I'll stay here in the cold dark. Yep, pretty much what I'm saying. I prefer cracked hands to
Uh,
ISIS
so
things.
I went to a party and nobody was allowed. It was a drinking party, and so guys usually the guy that had the apartment, he says, "Everybody throw your keys in this container," and it was a fish tank with scorpions in it.
Oh,
And I was like, "I'm not getting my keys, man. Screw that. I'll wait." And he just stuck his hand in there and pulled the keys out.
wow.
Yeah.
I killed 36 in my town bears. Uh,
Whoa.
yeah, it happens, but yeah. Moving to Canada, terrified of snakes. Luna, get to Canada. I'm with you there. I want Luna in Canada. In UK, we have terrible weather, but at least we don't have a bad climate or animals that will kill us. Yep.
Yeah, I got a issue with Black Widows.
Yeah. Those are scary. Which hockey game, Ray, and what platform?
I told them NHL 22 on the PS5. If you have EA Play or EA Pro, you can do the trial. They give you like the 10-hour trial. And so I've been playing that, and it looks freaking amazing. And they got the new team, Seattle Kraken.
No, that's just being mean.
30
FPS
frames per
is the best.
second is the best. Who's he cracking on? I know he's cracking on.
Yeah.
What a piece of crap.
Would love to move outside the US. I'm an anti-capitalist. To be honest, I am anti-socialist. It's a balance. You need a balanced system, but that's stepping into politics. We won't go there.
That's right. Just play games.
Get in there. Some banter about from Vet. We'll skip over that. We'll wait for him to be there to back up his claim in person. And yep, this one I have a feeling GFN will have a big announcement soon. I'll actually pull up the tweet in just a moment. Actually, I'll go look for it.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with you, Ray? Hope everything is good.
Man, doing the game, and I see Cloud Gamer says, "Hey, what's wrong with Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, Ray? LOL. Nothing's wrong. That's let me tell you something. I love me some Scarlett Johansson, but I do not like Black Widow spiders."
Yeah. Remember, everyone claims stuff's the zombie on Epic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Not
Thank
on
you.
GFN, but it's potato graphics, which would run on your toaster. Yeah, I'll have to go on the Epic Games. I'm pretty sure
I
I
will
went.
get it.
It might be yesterday I went on the Epic
Thank you
Games
for
Store.
the reminder. I actually totally forgot, man.
So, just want to start off. We're going to talk about it later because Vet will arrive and he'll want to talk about this. But
Hell with him. He ain't here. Keep going.
That's on Twitter right now. So, just got to cut off sound. So,
Woo.
They're making a big tease, a little video here of what's a bunch of devices. Like you got the laptop, the mobile, what looks like
You got the shield.
MacBook. You got the Shield, and you got what's probably a PC, a desktop PC, or just a TV. Yeah, you got a bunch of devices that are playing GFN that are okay. The image behind that, like startup ground level, it's being elevated. Something's up.
Well, anything that's going up, leveling up. So upgrade or I don't know, something. I mean, just looking at the games
Something
on the
new
screen
is
looks
coming.
amazing.
Yeah, something new is coming soon to a cloud near you. The future is now. Like this tweet to be the first to know.
Oh, wait a minute. But look, they added a cloud with a lightning bolt.
Cloud with lightning. It literally says, if you read there, cloud with lightning. So, what's your theory? And we see like, just want to pause. So we see that's Cyberpunk over there. That looks like, is that Apex? No. Yeah, let's start. So
Overwatch is coming to GFN. Let's go. That's what Cloud Gamer's talking about. GFN is doing things that make me want to give them money. I know they have more than I'll ever have, but I really like their progress. Makes subbing easier because they take it and it's for goodness.
use it for goodness.
Goodness, use it for goodness. Thank you. What's my theory?
Yeah, it's Apex. That's what I thought.
Come on, dude. What's GeForce known for, man? They're known for graphics. They're known for pushing it. I mean, they sell the graphic cards. I think they're gonna make these games look awesome, and I think they're about to upgrade it. Something. I think something. I think they're gonna take it to the next level. And then just looking at the screens and looking, I mean, the games look sweet as hell on all those different platforms and systems. So. It's the cloud, man. I mean,
it's the cloud everywhere.
Next level cloud stuff.
I wonder what it's going to be. Are they going to increase resolution, frame rate? Are they going to implement cloud specific features? Are they going to implement new platform features? What's going on? I'm really curious.
Well, as a gamer, what do you got? When it comes to cloud and you're a gamer, you're a streamer, what do you want your game to do? I know for me, I want the best graphics. I want speed. I want RAM, memory. I want the best I want the best.
There is some. I'm gonna have to look for it for a second. There is something I found earlier today. I sent to Vet. We were having a conversation. Won't be long. Just looking for it. Yeah, right here. So that's on the NVIDIA support forum. A question: how do I enable RTX and Far Cry 6 on GeForce Now? Far Cry 6 doesn't have ray tracing yet, but it's something like we've communicated with them and they said it's coming soon. But that's on the public forum.
Mm-hmm.
The answer that was given is Far Cry 6 requires DirectX 12 Ultimate to enable RTX in game. We are working to update the Windows operating system of our GeForce Now servers to support this. Expect an update in the coming weeks. So they're updating the OS. I don't know how big that update is, but it's major work going on the OS. So,
see, that's the beauty of having me being a multi-platform. I can try it on Luna, I can try it on Stadia, and I can try it on GFN, and I can see what plays the best, what looks the best, and try it out and tell the difference.
Derek brings an interesting point here. Partnership with another platform. You remember that leak that happened that there was a bunch of PlayStation games on GFN in the hidden.
And they tried to keep it hush hush.
Yeah, some lawyers from Ubisoft came and said like, take that down right now. So it might be possible that there's some big partnership that it might get loads of games. That could be happening. Definitely.
That is probably the number one thing when it comes to a platform. Games.
Content. You need the content.
Games, exactly.
By the way, Ray, your camera is like you're like at 2 FPS right now. Not
Am I?
Yeah, we're getting an image a second right now.
Jesus, I'm looking at it right now, man. All right, let me get out. I'll be right back.
No problem. So, Cloudbuster, I assume we connected to the Northern Ireland data center. Yeah, just catching up with what you guys are saying. I have a friend, Bill, 500. I was staring at his router and I couldn't run Stadia. So it worked great. I hate that these ISP give the most garbage router. They can and ruins cloud game. Yeah, it's ISPs will force you to use their routers, and it's questionable sometimes. What's up?
What's going on? Let me see how.
Catching up with the chat. How all cloud services you test in the UK and with providers. Yeah, ISP routers sucks. Definitely. Some will be better, but they'll be limited in form factor. And if you want to get a better one, it can get expensive. Canadian live in Manitoba, which is smack dab in the middle of white Canada.
Man, I've seen there. I know there's a lot of trees and parks in Manitoba. You guys have some good festivals too in Manitoba. I've seen like just
country music festivals over there.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh my God, it's
there,
Mr. GFN over here.
What are you talking about? I thought it was is it Stadia Thursday? I mean, that's not even a thing.
NVIDIA finally gave us permission to come online.
I told Doctor to change the name of the show.
What's wrong with the name?
We want to cover other stuff as well.
Isn't that what, I mean, look, we got Doctor. If JD was here, we literally have everybody that covers all the platforms. You're Stadia. I'm GFN.
I like
JD is Yeah, JD is PlayStation, and Doc is pretty much everything else. He's just all of them.
I'm just looking at every direction possible.
We could just say you're Apple and Nintendo, and with a little bit of Facebook Cloud in there.
What was up with you giving him 69? Was there some significant story to giving him 69 stars?
There was no significant story. That's all that I had left. I mean, if anybody does the stories, it's not me. Your stories are spot on. I don't know, between what you were talking about earlier and with the hand movements.
My grandmother died in a pickle factory, and I was like, no, Rock. My dear, may she rest in heaven, my grandmother worked at a pickle factory.
I don't know, because it was whatever. It was either you started it, Rock chimed in, and Jack said something else, and that was the end of the show, basically. It was a done deal.
Pretty funny. So, man, look, I saw you playing that Crisis. Does that Crisis have the ray tracing on it?
Yes, and the DLSS.
Yeah, it looked
and I played it this morning. I did my first look. I did not have, because Doc was in there and said that he tried it, and when he cranked the graphics, everything crashed. So I was like, all right, we're just going to leave it at high. But I kicked the DLSS to ultra performance, and I turned on the experimental RT, which I'm assuming is some kind of ray tracing enhancement thing that it has. So I turned that on. Everything worked fine. Looked fantastic. When you shoot the water, you can actually see the splashes, which is one of the things that amazed me with that, because that game is old, and it's an older game when it came out. Yeah. And it does not look like it's that old.
I was telling Doc, I said I did peep in and I watched it. It looked pretty awesome.
I did do a second one stream of it, and I cranked all of the settings. So I bumped everything to Can It Run Crisis and maxed it all out, and it loaded for me, and it looked just as good.
It worked? Nice.
Yeah, I got it working. It was running great. Somehow the chat turned. It was a mess. There was crabs on the ground, and then comments started getting quoted that Vet has. It was just. We're not going to divulge into that.
Look, I loved Crisis when it first came out, man. Was it Crytek's?
Yeah, or something like that.
Sweet,
I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not. Hold on. I'll have to actually turn off my. Nah, that should be it. I got to turn off my background setting, my camera thing. Yeah, well, everybody's been hounding me about it, so I guess if I'll disable and reveal the bunker that is Vet Cloud Studios briefly here. There we go. There we go.
My wife is bringing. I told her she's bringing Popeyes.
Ooh,
so
delicious.
Hey, but wings is wings, folks.
I can't. We don't do Popeyes anymore. I ruined it. We went to one that was not an actual Popeyes restaurant, so my wife will not go back there ever again.
It was
she
not.
likes the biscuits. It was in a it was Popeyes, but it was in, like how you go to gas stations and they have like a McDonald's or Wendy's or Taco Bell. Well, this was one of those, and it was awful.
I miss Hardee's. I miss Hardee's and Bojangles. They don't have.
Oh, there's a where we're moving to Virginia. There's a Bojangles in that town. It's not gross.
Wait a minute. She said Bojangles was gross.
Yeah,
they got some of the best biscuits.
I know. Best thing to happen. Polar said the best thing to happen to Canada was Popeyes.
No. But my bucket list is to go to Canada, and I'm getting a Tim Hortons. I'm gonna sit in there. I'm gonna drink some coffee. I'm gonna buy a box of mixed donuts.
Tim Hortons isn't what it used to be. It's now cheap.
Don't tell me that. Come on, man.
The Tim Hortons supplier is now actually dealing with McDonald's Canada. So if you want good coffee in Canada, now you go to McDonald's. Get the McCoffee. Yeah, it's not. I think it's not the same as the McCoffee in the United States. It's the Canadian McCoffee now that has the same supplier as Tim Hortons had before.
I don't. Well, Holtz, I agree with you on that, but I didn't have any problems with it. So he was saying ultra means crap in today's gaming. It does. But I didn't have any issues with it when I was streaming it. The only thing I did notice, and whether it was I left it at the default settings, and when I cranked it up, it does take a bit to load into the game once you start. And I thought, the waiting time, I thought it froze because you hear music and then it just stops. And so I was like, oh, is it going to crash? And then it loads into the game. So, and I can get around that. That's not that big a deal. But I had people asking, which do you prefer, Far Cry 6 or Crysis? And I'm like, I love Far Cry 6. I mean, Crysis looks amazing, and I like the gameplay and the style and all of that. But it's not going to be, if I had to choose, it would be Far Cry 6. I have way too much fun in that game.
That is my game of the year, folks. And in my opinion, my game of the year is Far Cry 6.
If you were going to pick two games for game of the year, and I get, PlayStation always has, if we're just going off of what we've seen people playing, I would say the top two would be New World and Far Cry 6.
I'm just, it's just the action, man. It's just the cars, the guns, the massive island. You can fly a fighter plane, a helicopter, alligators, cockfighting. Yeah, it's just
Polars. You're not getting political. That's okay. I read the comment, but all I saw was Jimmy John's. So that's all good. We're talking food. You're good to go.
But just want to rewind a little bit to get your opinion. That
I said upgrade. They're getting upgraded. They're going to upgrade some damn cards, man.
You see, they're doing something. It's got to be tied to an upgrade because
you see the things, they're going up. The platforms, everything's leveling up, going up.
Ground level, and
either that, or we're just getting Qbert. I mean, you look at that things the platforms are on. We're either getting upgrades or we're getting Qbert. So in either way, it's a win.
I don't think it's new games related because you look at the screen. We got there's Apex Legend. There's Cyberpunk 2077 on the mobile. I just realized that's the soccer game you play in a car, Rocket League.
Yeah,
I hate that game.
That's Splitgate, and that's Crysis that just came out today and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So those showcasing those games that are
graphics.
Yeah, heavy graphic games on the platform. So it has to do with the platform.
But you definitely can see they're showcasing also the Shield TV Pro with the Shield controller.
Yes,
there's a Shield TV Pro.
Yeah,
there's a computer monitor probably for a desktop PC.
Yeah,
there's
laptop
a PC.
Yep, and the other's the Chromebook. Well, that could be a Mac or a Chromebook, either one or the other.
Yeah. And there's mobile being leveled up.
And then we noticed they have the cloud with the lightning bolt. Something new is coming soon to a cloud near you. The future is now. So when we say future,
that's next gen.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
you definitely can tell that that's what they're gearing towards because they're hinting at it. So I don't.
next
You
gen
know,
Uh-oh,
it's
maybe upping to 4K.
that
could be that yeah, Maker's got a point. It could very well easily be that.
They
Just
make cards,
backtracking
man.
to
They're known for
Cloudbusters.
they're known for graphic cards, so you know they're about to.
Cloudbuster made a comment earlier. Nvidia could just put them 30 series cards
There
in the
you
server
go.
and go back.
There you
And
go.
4K
Well, if you
120.
you
There you
think
go.
about it, that would be a genius idea because, and I've told Doctor this before off stream that. What is the most wanted graphics card right now? It's the 30 series. What can you not get? The 30 series. Nvidia could very easily. This is a great way to supplement. And then, do you even at that point? Do you need? I mean, yeah, people will still want them, but it's not. It may not be a priority. But I mean, there was a lot of new articles and news things that that I shared for this show that was tied with GFN, not just GFN. I think I even threw in some PlayStation and some other aspects. I lost track with everything that I was dropping.
Something else that I shared, something I
Even
found in
will
the
do that to you.
forums. Someone asking, how do I enable RTX and Far Cry 6 on GeForce Now? And the answer
I know
that
that's the
was
big
provided
thing.
is Far Cry 6 required DirectX 12 Ultimate to enable RTX in game. We are working to update the Windows operating system of our GeForce Now servers to support this. Expect
So
an update in the coming weeks.
Maker of Chaos says, you can get the card, Vet. I have one, LOL. But just have to stab a few people to get one.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, updating the Windows operating system. If we look at what's going on right now in terms of Windows 11 just came out. Probably there's a cloud server update that translates to this. What's coming with the Windows 11? There's direct storage. Direct storage, if you don't know what it is what's mainly being used. Different name are being used, but it is a tech that's being used with the consoles, the Xbox Series X and S, and the PS5, which uses another name, but it's still a similar thing. To have your games load instantly, it's basically it's grabbing the data from your storage, bypasses the CPU, and goes direct to the VRAM. So
it's literally
features like that.
Well, and the big thing that everybody was clamoring Microsoft. Everybody was clamoring Microsoft was like, we want an Xbox, but a computer. I mean, one, we all know the Series X is literally that's a glorified gaming computer with the amount of stuff that you're able to do with it now. But Windows 11 is basically their gaming operating system. I think they've evolved to the point where they're seeing the trends. They know how profitable, how much Xbox is to them, and what they're doing with Windows 11 is making a glorified gaming operating system. It's geared towards us gamers, with all of the hardware stuff that it does, with Xbox built into it, with xCloud built into it, with the way that it works with the NVMe drives. The HDR is automatic now. Like you can auto set it so it turns on and off without having to constantly tinker with stuff. It is they're bringing in the the stuff with the Windows, the Microsoft Store. You're going to have Android apps available. So then you got things like Luna that potentially you could use the Android version or whatever you want to do. That brings in more games that you can potentially play.
Here's another interesting point. I just wanted to plug this in from what Polaris said here. Thank you, Bill Gates, for fixing HDR in Windows 11. I can actually leave it on, and it does mock HDR and not the HDR games. So HDR could come to GeForce Now.
But upgrading an operating system, I think obviously that's the first step in getting access to that DirectX 12 Ultimate stuff. So
okay, that's something I want to talk about. I did interrupt you, Ray. Go on, and I'll talk
I wanted to just tell Vet I was playing there was a game called The Rift Breaker, and I played it on xCloud, and I just had to stop and I looked and I said, man, these damn servers. So it's a lady that controls a mech bot, and she's running through an alien life form, and just how she moves the plants and how the graphic it's like, oh my god. Even when I was playing Back for Blood, you can see these damn blades, these X blades, these X series X blades. Yeah, they look freaking amazing.
And Eddie pointed out GFN and xCloud machines run Windows Server, not Windows 11. Listen here, this is speculation network. This is the speculation network, Eddie.
Yeah,
we speculate on everything.
It's what I said earlier. They have specific operating system for the cloud servers, but even though it's not Windows 11, if features are making their way to Windows 11, it's gonna come eventually to those Windows servers. So it could be that they're actually doing the work right now to bring those.
Well, Rouster said Windows Server is optimized for background tasks, and then Holtz, I saw, chimed in with, "I've never had luck with HDR for Windows 8 and 10, so what makes me trust Windows 11?" Just imagine it's like Windows Vista or Windows Millennium. You know, those were such great operating systems.
God damn, you went way back.
I hard on this, man.
Oh man, you went too hard.
I went hardcore on Microsoft. Nah, I'm just kidding. I loved Windows.
I actually
but
got this game to run now, so
that is
this game.
It's a lot of fun. I had somebody asking me, like, do you just like FPS games or do you do other stuff? I said, I do other games. I just roster, I'm downgrading to Windows Millennium now. But like, you just have, I guess, and I said this in the chat. I was like, I guess I just have a problem where I like playing games where I can kill just random people and destroy stuff. You know, and someone I think Rouster was the one that was like, well, at least you do it in video games and not in real life. I was like, yeah, you know, that's probably a good thing.
I mean, my genre, first person shooters. I love. Come on, who doesn't like a good first person shooter, especially with
progressed
graphics and the speed now and the my god.
But this game is, I mean, you think about when this game came out and it was so hard to run it at full settings anyways at that time.
Yeah, no, you're right. I still I got my Crisis collection up here, but my Warhead doesn't work.
Funny, my mouse is still captured.
Yeah, so Crysis originally came out November 13th of 2007 for PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and personal computer. And it actually had the ratings. IGN gave it a 9.4 out of 10. Metacritic gave it 91, and GameSpot 9.5 out of 10. So it did really well with the ratings, but it was just that your computer just couldn't handle some of the stuff. It was so, so powerful with what you needed to have. And I'm trying to see if I can pull up the system requirements for it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. If Vet robbed a bank, he would shoot everyone, then take the money.
The bank robbers would ask for the money. Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, I've been reading articles left and it was way ahead of their time. But if you're tying in with Cloudbuster's comment, I have been reading a lot of these articles about Far Cry 6 and the delivery drivers that just constantly get murdered. And I'm waiting for them to showcase a clip of me just killing every delivery driver that drops off the car. Because apparently that's like a big issue now in Far Cry 6, is that everybody is just going in, they're impatient. They said it takes too long to get the car, or they're making them do other things, so they just kill them. And I'm like, I don't do any of that. They just deliver the car, they have the radio on, and I shoot them.
Nope, don't have that problem.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a whole nother breed of gamer when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm still trying to see if I can pull up what the original Crisis. I'm just out of curiosity.
Oh man!
Oh, here we go. PC.
Should I grab it?
Okay, here we go. I got it. For GameDebate.com. System requirements was the minimum was Windows XP, a 32-bit processor, but it was an Intel Pentium 4, 2.8 gigahertz, or an AMD Athlon. Holy Jesus, I remember those. But you needed a Radeon 9800 Pro or GeForce 7600 GT with 256 meg of RAM, and then DirectX 9. And really, it was the same applied for the recommended. They don't show me the... Crisis requires at least a Radeon HD 3850 or GeForce 8800 GS to meet the recommended requirements, running on high graphics with 1080p resolution. This hardware should achieve 60 FPS. 2 gig will also be needed to achieve the Crysis recommended specs and get 60 FPS. We suggest a 14-year-old PC to play smoothly, but that
What was
that
the
was
RAM? What was the RAM on that?
at the original time that it was needed. It was saying 2 gig RAM for recommended, 1 gig RAM for minimum for PC. So I mean, and you look at. But you look at it now, and it's just like, good God. I mean, no wonder you needed the graphics, and where graphics cards were back then in 04, 07, and you look at where they are today, and that game can still hold its own, I think, with some of the stuff that's out there on the market.
They're still talking about HDR problem on Windows.
Hey, this is cloud gaming. This ain't Windows. If you want a Windows complaining, go talk to go check out one of the Windows Central on Twitter. Damn me and my big mouth.
You're gonna get us cut off.
Microsoft's gonna come in and F up my YouTube settings again.
Yeah.
Bill's coming for vet.
Well, see, and that was the thing. Like, somebody asked me, and the price for Crysis is not like horrible either. $30 to get the game on Epic Game Store. And I think Cloudbusters actually was in my chat when I was streaming. It was asking if you have it on Origin. I don't think Origin is going to be working yet. I think they're going to get Origin. If you own it on Origin already, then you'll be able to bring it over. But initially, I think it's just Steam and the Epic Game Store currently.
Prizes 2 and 3 have an Origin. These remasters are going to look awesome on GFN. I mean, out of this world. It's some good stuff. And Holt again with his Windows problem.
I hear if you call customer service, they'll help you. If you call Microsoft tech support, they're definitely there to help. If you can get somebody. Ooh, look at that fancy looking thing.
Wow.
Lenovo Legion Play Elite shows off an Android powered cloud gaming console.
Jeez.
So this is running Android, you were telling me, Vet?
Yes. Yeah, it's running a form of Android. I'm not it's got, I believe it didn't, the article didn't really specify a whole lot, but it's a version of Android. And when I first saw this, what stood out the most, especially with the other view, the one that had where you could see Geforce Now on it, and it wasn't what stood out, but the way the design was of the whole gaming device is, I was like, I was like, if you take away the A, B, X, Y, and put Sony symbols, I was like, ooh, is Sony coming out with a new handheld? Because it looked like a Vita almost at one point. I was like, is this the infamous Vita 2 we're getting? But if you
look at the water cooling for the mobile.
Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
they had a water cooling device for the. They have a new mobile device phone, a gaming phone. I'd be afraid to get that near heat. Well, but if you look at this, the specs on that phone, it needs that. That thing had some heavy duty. But click on the image again of that handheld device. Now, if you note, it's got the Google Play Store, which means that you are able to add all of the cloud stuff, the cloud apps. It shows GeForce Now, but that means you can add Stadia because it's Android. You can add xCloud. You can add, I'm assuming, and when Luna and Sony get their Android apps, you've got all your cloud gaming on there. But if you look at right where the mouse is, that's got a Wi-Fi symbol and a mobile signal, which means that is a true portable cloud gaming device that could come out. That's got Bluetooth, it's got mobile data, which means I'm guessing would be 4G and 5G capable, and then a Wi-Fi signal, so you can play it at home on Wi-Fi networks. That literally is the epitome of portable cloud gaming.
I'd have to agree with you there.
I mean, and it's not a bad screen. It's a 7-inch screen. I know it's like having a Switch, but with cloud gaming, and that actually plays all of them. I mean, I'm sure, you could add, because it's got the Play Store, you could add things like Netflix and all that, but if you're going to use it for gaming, that would be an outstanding device. And Lenovo is fairly good at putting together those devices. They showed that they were going to announce it at MWC this past year, but they haven't said anything else about it. So I don't know if it's if it's ever going to come to fruition, or if they're working on it and they just aren't making any other statements about it, or what.
The thing is, it's a cloud gaming device that you can bring mobile, and that you're not burning off your mobile battery, and you can
Right.
still make calls while playing.
Yeah, I mean that would be, I think if you were to say that would be a direct competitor to the Steam Deck. But I think that this would do way better than the Steam Deck. I mean, and I know there's going to be a market for the Steam Deck for those that want to piss away their money on that device and be stuck at home on Wi-Fi and all that. But could you imagine if this is an affordable handheld gaming device that runs in the cloud? That would be fantastic. Because then you would literally be able to play your devices everywhere. And I could see other companies, if this ever were to come out, then you would start seeing everybody jump on board with that. Because if Lenovo can do it, I'm sure Microsoft could do something.
Sony should come out with a handle. Nah, they're overdue. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe they're just because we could see
they can't
PS
compete with
Now
Nintendo
on a device like that. I'd easily see PS Now on this.
Well, yeah, like why, if you have third-party companies doing that, why just license, why bother then? You're going to get, if you're focused on what's important and getting your cloud gaming service up and running, getting those PS5 games, because then you can already do all that stuff. You've got other people making the devices. Yes, Sony's would be way nicer, I'm sure, but I mean, if you want to invest where it counts right now.
Wow, that's how thin it is?
Yeah, that thing is super thin. And
compared to
it's got a and what's crazy if
Deck is a big beefy
thing. And what's crazy with this, if you look at it, it's got a 7,000 milliamp battery, so it's not a lightweight battery in that thing. That thing has a dual. What did that thing say?
There's
dual speakers.
There's probably more weight in batteries than in chips.
Yeah, I mean that thing is huge.
I don't know, man. That sounds really heavy. I just stick my damn phone, man. That thing looks heavy.
But then again, you're looking at, do you want to keep using your phone, or what if you're in a match? What if you're just, let's say you're in like Siege and you're playing in a match, and then someone calls. Well, you're not playing Siege no more because you're gonna get booted out. But you've got that. I mean, this would be like I said, if it's affordable, that's a great gift for kids too.
Bro, you know how much this thing's gonna cost?
You never, if it's geared to, I mean, it's Lenovo, so I'm expecting it's not going to be like super cheap. It ain't going to be like a $200 or $300 Nintendo Switch.
I'm expecting anywhere between $300 and $450.
It's not going to be like $700 or more. It's not going to be the price of a cell phone.
I'm going to save between $550 to $600.
I don't. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to come, if they're going to actually make it, but it would definitely be interesting to see them come out with this and then undercut the Steam Deck in price, because that would be. I mean, then you're like, do I go Steam Deck? Do I go with something where I already have all these cloud gaming services? What do I need the Steam Deck for when I can just start playing all my games that I already have?
Interesting.
Because that's the thing. If you look at the Steam Deck, it's a beefy device. Almost reminds me of the Game Gear.
Oh, I love the Game Gear.
Yeah, I remember the Game Gear.
So compared to
my Nintendo, my Game Boy got pretty heavy too once I added the light, the speakers, the printer, and everything else.
I remember it, Light Boy.
Yeah, all the tactical devices on it, like.
Yeah, man. By the time it was done, it was the size of a laptop with all of the extras that I had.
Yeah, magnifying glasses with lights.
You know what, though, man?
All right, Holtz. You know what the difference is? I uninstall Discord, then I don't have to worry about that.
What you know what? Hey, got the kids in the pool. Wife's
I don't play on my phone
with the kids. So. You're sitting in the chair, laid back, playing video games underneath an umbrella on vacation. That would be nice.
Derek, you nasty.
My wife calls me a beat. Oh man, I ain't really mad. I am not even touching that.
Just skip that one.
Yep.
That was
Game Gear felt all right.
God,
Game Gear was fun. Played a lot of Shining Force on that and the X-Men game. Ooh, Ray pulling out his Game Boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting device. I'm really going to see if it does see the light of day, because that's, I believe, it's still just a concept. It's not the final
The
product.
first I think it was the second paragraph, the one that talked about it, that it was at MWC 2021. It was supposed to. There were images of it, so it never. There hasn't been any more information about it, except a few things here and there. So this was all I could come up with. So, but that would be I would. The tech side of me would see it. That's where I would be interested in something like that.
I just find that is so hilarious.
The water cooling. Now,
Yeah.
but there are people that would buy that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But if you think in that same article, I think there was another link or they were talking about that particular phone, because that phone that it goes with was upgraded to it had the 888 Snapdragon 888 processor, but it had 1 terabyte of storage and 18 gig of RAM for an Android powered gaming phone. Like, that blows away anything that's on the. I mean, I don't know what the Fold 3 has, but I'm darn sure it don't have a terabyte of storage. But I'm just like, I mean, phones, those are just becoming computers. Then when you have to add water cooling battery packs and things. We need a better screen.
Outdated, and we need a better screen and storage for release of 2022.
I mean, you think about it, computers are outdated. The minute you walk out if you buy a computer at Best Buy, it's already outdated when you buy it anyways. And as soon as you leave the store, it's a year old. It's a year outdated. Everything. It's no different than cars.
I got a 2018 PC and everything is obsolete.
I mean, my laptop has my Dell has an Intel UHD graphics card, and then it's got an RTX 2070. But the kind of games that I play, it still was able to play Battlefield 2042 on like medium to medium high settings, even though the game was a complete and utter joke when I tried it. But it can handle for the most part if I wanted to download, but I can't just download things anymore. If I tried Battlefield 2042, I downloaded that for the beta, and I was like, oh my god, it's going to take an hour to download, and my problem is that I've been so spoiled with cloud gaming and not having to worry about that stuff anymore.
Yep, I agree.
Modern news: PlayStation poaches Apple Arcade exec to front smartphone push. That is humongous news. That's been way under. Like, we haven't heard that much about it, but that would change the balance.
No, when I came across it, I was like, I hadn't heard anything about this until I ran across this article.
Vet is the only one who mentioned that to me, and I was like, okay, that's big. Because what's going on here? Apple Arcade exec that's going to PlayStation to front a smartphone push. If we're going to see, and we're going to talk about the cloud gaming for PlayStation soon enough, because there's a bunch of stuff that happened. But just to start with, the amount of people who have problems with, I'm talking companies here, who have problems with Apple on the legal side, because they have their own term of service when you're bringing your service to Apple. Concerning the transactions and everything around. We just saw the big lawsuit happen around Epic, between Epic and Apple. So for them to have one of the exec from Apple Arcade going in their team that still has relations within the company and knows all the inner working of Apple Arcade and everything else Apple related, will save him a lot of problems. He will be able to guide them with everything mobile application going towards Apple or Mac,
and
make sure that there's no red flag that prevents them from.
He's already updated his title on LinkedIn. I just clicked on his name. He's the Vice VP head of mobile for PlayStation Studios at PlayStation. So they've already He's already up. I was curious to see what he was. So he was with Apple for 7 years. Yeah, he was with Apple for 7 years, and head of content with Apple Arcade, and head of games. So the guy knows what to bring in, games and things like that. Because let's not lie, we don't hear a whole lot about Apple Arcade, but they have a decent selection of games. For those that play on their iPhone or their iPad or their Mac.
He was at Ubisoft for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
I mean, Apple Arcade's getting they had NBA 2K21, and they're getting NBA 2K22.
Shut up, man.
Yes, I know it's an arcade edition, but it's still NBA 2K22. Not saying much there. But, the guy, he's got some pretty good credentials. He even worked with Square Enix. So, the guy has been around the gaming industry for a long time. That was a big win for Sony.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that intrigued me about it was that it said, while not necessarily part of this initiative, Wipeout Rush was announced recently. So whether they're bringing full-fledged Sony games to mobile or, I don't know, or are they going to tie it in with cloud gaming? Because yes, we know the storage in phones is getting bigger and bigger, but that ups the price. What's a better way of doing things to get your games out there, mobile games out there to the mass market, is to utilize storage and cloud at the same time. Do a partial install and then the rest utilize the cloud. I'm sure there's a way that they could somehow get that working.
Speaking of talking about that thing Duncan mentioned, Baller.
Well, we knew there was going to be some chaos thrown into the chat.
So yeah, it's.
Could you imagine if there was a Last of Us game brought to phones, like a full-on game of The Last of Us?
Anything is possible now, man. They can do anything.
Let's be honest. The main one that I want to see Crash Bandicoot brought to mobile. Not that stupid swipe and jump crap. I want an actual Crash Bandicoot game. Full-on game, darn it.
The original.
Either that or port the trilogy. I got the trilogy. I bought it on Epic Game Store when it was on sale a while back. Port that over to mobile. I'll play that on mobile.
Another news about Apple. I'm just looking for it.
Well, there was one that I mentioned. It wasn't tied to the cloud, but it was tied. It was a Reddit post that I showed you.
Yeah, it's okay. I can't find it, but we can talk about it. Apple Music is rumored to be coming to PlayStation as well. Next to Spotify, so you'll be able to.
Somebody posted an image on Reddit that he was setting up a brand new PlayStation, his PS5, and he was going to add. God damn. He was going to add his Spotify, but then it gave him the option for Apple Music as well, and they don't have it in the PlayStation Store on the PS5. But when he clicked on it, it wouldn't install. It said it can only run on PS4, which was odd because the guy said it's not on my PS4. It's not available there either. So to me, it's like,
in the back channels, and it kind of
it's in the somehow it came out by accident. It showed up there, or they're just getting it to show up there, and they just haven't flipped the switch to allow it to start showing up to utilize that on your PS5 and your PS4. Because we know Sony and Apple are kind of buddying up. The PS5 controller works on iOS on Macs, so now we're seeing
the haptic feedback and everything 100% working on it.
Yeah, I mean, so you've got that. It would be very interesting to see what else Sony and Apple are working together on. Because I mean.
Yeah, back when PS Now was on
Ray's getting his Xperia. I thought he was. I was waiting for him to turn to whip. Yeah. I know. I was waiting for him to whip that Xperia out.
I'll let the doc do it.
But I'm just saying, like, we know that Apple and Sony are kind of buddy for the most, on some of these things with the controllers, with devices. What would not surprise me, and I don't have any way to back this up, this is all just my personal opinion, it would not surprise me to see Apple getting into cloud gaming, but tying in with Sony, partnering up with Sony on that front. So they don't have to do all the work. Sony's already got the ability to utilize. They've already got the cloud gaming started. I mean, that would never surprise. I would not be shocked if I saw Apple and Sony partnering up for something in cloud gaming.
There's certainly some good relations going on between them.
Remember, guys, this is all speculation too. We're not, we're speculating. So don't. They said
Yeah, we don't have any official announcement here. We look at the elements we can find and try to speculate out of it. But there were a bunch of interviews that happened in the last 2 weeks. Some from game industry.
Jade.
We're going to talk about Jade. We're going to talk about the other one as well, Jim Ryan. So, yeah, let's start with Jade. And so Jade Raymond did an interview with a Game Informer, and they were talking about what's going on, what she's doing right now. So she started Haven, her new studio based off Montreal. It's pretty much, she handpicked a bunch of people. I think she mentioned like 83 or 87 people working right now in the studio, and they're looking to expand very quickly. But yeah, while she was at Stadia Games and Entertainment, SG&E, they were having issues. They saw that Google was no longer interested in investing in gaming. That's something she said in the interview outright. They saw that Google had no interest anymore in investing in gaming content, and there was a lot of problem with relations going on at work. So she started like talking with other creators, part of the team, and they come up the idea of, okay, making a new studio, going independent, and trying to make to be sure that it's a safe space for them, that it will be respected for their work. And
well, I love their website because it has this thing saying creating a what is it, a haven. We create havens for endless wonders, and they have this just like, I don't know, it's kind of like a haven, a doorway or something to go through.
Open it up.
Yeah,
just gonna refresh it. It's not even the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Haven Studios. I get a different animation every time I refresh it. Create havens for endless wonders.
Yeah.
If you refresh it, yeah, it's a different animation every time. That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, create it. And okay, I want to go back with this. It's a door. Okay, I'm gonna hold on.
Now it looks like The Ring.
When a lady starts crawling out,
bro, let me tell you something. I hate that. That scares me.
I was either going to say that, or otherwise you better really run if it's your wife coming through the
man. You need to hurry up with this chicken, man. Hungry.
I got some still.
Whatever.
That's why I turned the camera off so I could eat some. I don't know, man. The people were weirding me out in the chat earlier right before I ended, because they were always like, "Oh, we're gonna get you to eat some chicken wings live on camera in a hot tub," and then my son is in the background saying, "Yeah, Dad, stream that in the hot tub," and I'm like, "No, no one wants to see that."
What people did you have? Like, was Rouster and
Rouster was there. Oh God, who else was it? Meg was there. Like, it's always those. It's usually those two, or when Ben is in there. All hell breaks loose when Ben shows up.
Yeah, I can see Ben asking you to do that.
Yeah. It's all good fun. Yeah. I said, this isn't Twitch, this is YouTube. I got a little more respect.
But their doorway really reminds me of PlayStation. So
yeah,
what kind of image?
Look at that. Yeah.
So
actually, I think if I remember correctly, I read some. I don't think I shared this.
But part of the interview, they talk about the project. Like their main thing is kindness, respect of the creators, and everything. Like they got some people. She mentioned one writer who had worked on the Assassin's Creed franchise, who stayed like they want all people in Montreal as much as possible, but they do have some exception, like one writer who's in California that they hired, who's too talented to pass up, and one of his condition was that he would remain in California. So they got some serious talent on board. And one of the things she mentions, the graphic talent they have, like they're putting everything they can in the game. And she mentioned that it might be the first 1 terabyte game.
What?
First game to cross a terabyte.
Oh my god.
And
that's when we get into cloud gaming.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
that's something else that she mentioned, is that something awesome that they brought over from their time at Stadia that they kept, is that they're doing all of their work in the cloud, nothing on hardware. So their whole game is based off cloud hardware. So they're using, she mentioned a bunch of times the PS5, because I'm fairly sure it's part of her contracts that she has to say, okay, it's only possible in the power of the PS5, but they're using cloud hardware to actually develop the game. And the game, like the current PS5s on the market, won't be able to have a 1 terabyte install for because
Well,
the drives on board are not big enough.
And you look at that one phone. We don't even have phones that we have one that's in the works that will have 1 terabyte of storage. But basically, the only way to get your a mobile phone to even that size is an SD card, and we know how that works out when you start installing things on a micro SD card. No matter how fast it is, the performance downgrades. So consoles don't even have that kind of space.
Yeah. Even though they went independent, did they keep the values how gaming is going, or play safe with how it was? They want full creative freedom. They had a big meeting when they started the studio. It's they want respect, they want kindness in the studio, and they want a haven where they can actually do their work and not worry about being pushed by productivity, being pushed by like somebody else's vision that's being imposed. So they would really want the creative spirits there to have total freedom in the studio, which is PlayStation Home is something I keep going back thinking about when talking about Haven, because okay, there's the logos and everything, but they might actually be making a environment where you can hang out. You got different hubs, different artistic designs going on at a bunch of places, because it's going to be a humongous game. So what do you guys think about that?
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
Right. She's back.
You know what? True.
Kind of.
You got us there.
It is true.
Yeah.
But where I have, okay, on a technicality, I have to say it is true technically on one side, but the 2.5 petabyte of data are not gaming data. They're not created data. It's actually satellite imaging. What they are making,
it just
creative.
You know what though? It looks amazing though, regardless.
Yes, it does. But all I'm saying is that what they're doing is 1 terabyte of data of artistic creation for the game. So, but yeah, absolutely. Flight Simulator is 2.5 petabyte. It's humongous, and you have to play in the cloud. But because of that, but that's something else. You will most likely have to play the game at least partially out, if not entirely.
Stop.
See what you got, Doc. You're gonna have your kids coming during your stream, and like my son just did, and I said, stop.
I know that. I think that's what everybody waits though to hear. Like when we stream, is what we're gonna say when we yell at our kids. So eventually, we'll get to see what Doc's gonna say when he's yelling. He'll get to join the club.
Yeah, so it's great promoting 1 terabyte, but at the moment, do they have the hardware infrastructure to provide the game anytime soon? Absolutely. I absolutely
Who invited Holtz here?
If I play PlayStation
All these damn
Now
questions.
right now, it is absolutely great, and they are working. Right now they are developing in the cloud. And if you guys remember when we first started the podcast, it's something I mentioned. The studio, it was announced soon after, but digging into this, it was revealed that Jade Raymond was in talk with PlayStation for a moment before SG&E shut down.
4 to 5
And
years. What are you talking about?
it's not impossible, but I think it might be a bit earlier. We'll at least get some information probably within 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible it might take 4 to 5 years until the game actually releases. That is entirely possible.
I say 3 to 4. I won't
Yeah,
say
3 to 4 for a first factor of the game.
right.
We'll have to see. They will optimize the solution available because that's where the hardware is at the moment. They promote the advancement to gain sales, even if they don't deliver. It's a big project they're working on. Maybe teaser, yeah. There might be like a limited factor of the game that will come out. Like
As
they'll
long
say,
as it's
okay,
not a
it's just
teaser like
Rob.
Cyberpunk. I remember their teaser.
Yeah.
Such a great
But,
game. Man, that
Well,
thing came out like a bang.
I mean, I could play it now. I mean, it's decent for me.
It's
but
gotten better, but when you hype things up and they fail to deliver, and there's several things that come to mind. There's a lot of things that come to mind that got hyped up really big and then failed to deliver, but they got there. Slowly. It took them a year or two to get these things.
I can see somebody doing a documentary on an epic fail. Somebody's got to tell this story, like how it took years for this game to hype itself up, and then when it came out, it turned into a meme, a bunch of memes. But
yeah. But I know I dropped another article that I came across.
Well, I know we did the Haven, and he had the other interview. Core might be the biggest of the.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that article afterward. We just want.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So yeah, Jade Raymond had that interview with really interesting, and she did put a humongous emphasis on what she was able to hold that was positive from her experience at Stadia Games and Entertainment, and that she did carry over to that studio. So there was some good stuff, and cloud gaming is a big part of that. They want to push cloud gaming over at PlayStation. And then there's the Jim Ryan interview. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I watched some bits and pieces of it.
Bits and pieces I watched.
Bits and pieces. I did watch the whole thing. He does explain like his process, his career throughout the years. Like he was in Europe and working on PlayStation. His first job wasn't even related to gaming. He was setting up the office spaces for people working on PlayStation. And so he was basically an office manager for a long time at PlayStation, and he went up through the hierarchy of PlayStation. And now he's at the head of the thing. But it's mostly talking about cloud gaming. It's towards the end of the interview. What he mentioned and the way he talks about it. He says that for years, they always had big sales for the devices, but when you look at the active user base, because of the hardware, it always stops at around 40 million. So that's every system, like PlayStation 3, like every connected devices, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, no matter how much hardware they would sell, the core of the player base would stick around 35 to 40 million, and everyone else like would just buy a few games and stop, or that's pretty much it. But he wants to see.
Well, I saw Vet. You said that the Xbox One compared to the Xbox Series X. So back then, when they did the Xbox One, it took 4 years.
Yeah, it takes it.
But the new one, bam.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy the difference with one generation to the next with how it takes whether it takes 4 to 5 years versus just like that. Like we saw how well the PlayStation 5 has done. I mean, phenomenal. I don't think anybody would have thought the PlayStation 5 would have sold as well as it did. I mean, I'm sure there are the Sony fans would have said, well, of course it will. That's just how that works. It's Sony. But it'll be interesting for sure to see how this continues, but it does not surprise me with PlayStation. But when you look at those, is it gameplay or are they doing other stuff too? Because like I know with me with the PlayStation 4 that I had, I utilized it just for gaming and everything else. I just utilized it as an entire entertainment package. So I'm curious with the user base. Is it all gamers though or are they just looking at it in general? Well, they just total everything up.
Well, I can tell you right now, the subscriptions have saved me so much money because I would, let's see, $60 for Back 4 Blood, $40, for this game, $60 for that. But playing it on a subscription, especially, I mean, look at Ubisoft. I mean, they got.
Well, I mean, you look at Far Cry 6, the one you get with the subscriptions, the Ultimate Edition. That's like what, $100 at least, $100. But for you, Ray, if you wanted the Ultimate Edition, that's $100. Then you're spending $60 for Back 4 Blood. If you're gonna play MLB, that was another $60 that you're paying for MLB. FIFA's $60. I mean, it's just it adds up after a while. But we see the trend is subscriptions. That's where we've been. Businesses have been slowly going that way. Microsoft is the one that started it all with that, and it not just with gaming, but they saw what worked with. Well, actually, I think it was the Xbox subscription started that whole trend, and then they said, "Oh, let's try that with Office." And now they're a service company, except for when it comes to Windows, because they tried that and that failed miserably. That was Windows 10 was supposed to be the service operating system. We're going to just push out updates, and then never mind. We're more profitable when we sell a new operating system every year. But certain things work.
But just circle back to that interview when he was talking about that number. So he was talking about 35, 40 million. The active user base on the PlayStation, it's what it's been at for years, generation after generation. And they got trouble going over that. But now we're seeing all those games being ported to PC. PC has a very big user base. It is like among all platforms, PC is by far the biggest platforms. We're talking hundreds of millions. Mm-hmm. So they're opening up the PlayStation games to PC. We've already seen Horizon Zero Dawn.
Days Gone got a jump. Another jump start.
I mean, look at Steam, and you go to Steam, you open up the Steam store, type in PlayStation, you can see what they're bringing over, and that's smart. That's a smart move, because no matter how you look at it, the PC versus console, PC gaming's been around since the beginning of gaming, basically.
Yeah.
Right,
and it has not gone. It has not gone anywhere. And as much as the console fans want to say, "Well, PC gaming is going to die," that's never going to be the case.
Yeah, Maker Chaos. She absolutely.
Well, Maker, I'm all for annual subscriptions if that's what you're getting at.
Shut up. Yeah, you mentioned the PC games. Well, they got Nix's studio to bring every single franchise to PC. We know they announced the Uncharted collection going to PC on Steam and Epic at the end of the year.
Your drink is out there from McDonald's. Go get it.
He was talking about bringing hundreds of millions of people to the PlayStation ecosystem, playing those PlayStation games. Now, to get that, getting PC is a good way of doing it, but you're not getting, like, even if PC is hundreds of millions of gamers, getting all those people on board and playing those PlayStation games, it's a big thing it's a tall order. And
especially when
cloud gaming is coming in. If you look at expansions, India was supposed to get PlayStation Now back in 2020. November 2020 was the original release date for that. It's been delayed. There's more and more countries getting access to cloud gaming.
Brazil just got
xCloud
GFN.
and GFN.
Yeah.
GFN released what, today or yesterday?
I believe today, I think, or one of the two. I can't remember. But they and as content creators, we're starting to see that trend because all these countries that are getting access to cloud gaming, guess where they're going? They're watching us streamers to figure out the games.
I was playing New World, which was not a cloud service, and I had Brazilians watching my stream because I do a cloud gaming content creation. So
they want to do the same. They want to do the same as well.
Yep. So no, people are trying to get informed on what is going on because it is expanding fast, and cloud gaming is an easy entry into gaming. So,
well, in cloud gaming, they've already said most of these big companies have stated cloud gaming is the future, and they know this because the long term is the profits, what they're looking at, how much are you going to make, and they're already I've seen, I don't have the articles pulled up anymore, but I've seen some of these articles that showcase that cloud gaming is going to tap into that hundreds of $billion gaming industry. Mm-hmm. And yes, we know as games get better over each time, every time a new game comes out, what increases with that? System requirements, especially when you're looking at PC. But when you look at consoles, what's the increase? It's storage space. Games increase in storage space, but the storage stays down here. That's the biggest difference. And to eliminate that is where cloud gaming comes in. And these companies, Microsoft, Sony, all of these people are starting to realize that.
No Demon Slayer on GFN. Guess I expect too much of their partnership storefronts and games I would like to play in the cloud. Maybe someday.
You can't always get what you want.
But that's why and I get that. But that's why you have xCloud, we have GFN, Stadia, Luna, PlayStation. You get 5 cloud gaming services, and you can literally pick and choose what you want to play. If you want to play some PlayStation games for a month, pay for a month. You're good. Then you're good. Pay for Luna for a month if you see something on there.
Yeah.
Or or xCloud for a month if you want to play a couple. That's the beauty of this, is that we have so many choices to choose from.
Maker of Chaos says, we have like 5 to 10 years before cloud gaming really takes off. 10 years?
Shorter than that.
It's gonna be short. It'll be
Maker. Come on, man.
Are you trying to age me? I'm gonna be old. Ain't nobody gonna be watching my streams at that point.
I believe in 10 years it'll probably be fully implemented, but already 3 to 5 years it'll be making much more waves, and people will be.
I mean, look at where we went from like 2 years ago, when Stadia launched, to where we are now, and as a whole. And I'm not just saying Stadia, where Stadia is now, but as a whole, Stadia started the trend. Google started the push into cloud gaming, because if Google hadn't have announced it, I don't think xCloud would be where they are right now. There wouldn't have been. You really would have only had GFN and PlayStation now. But Google started it by diving into the gaming industry with cloud, and that set the tone and said, "Oh crap!" Everybody else is like, "Well, we got to start working on this now." And prime example is, look where xCloud is now. Look where they were 6 months ago. The quality and how well it's improving every single day. It gets better and better.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And December it rolls out for everyone on consoles, so we know we're seeing the quality increase now. Just imagine what it's going to be when it's accessible to everyone.
And even if you don't have a Xbox Series X or S, you have an Xbox One. Guess what? You're still going to play them.
You're still going to be able to play MLB The Show 22 next year.
Unfreaking believable.
In the cloud,
baby.
So
well, you might be able to play Madden on xCloud next year.
So just to bring more again about that interview that I keep circling back to, something that really struck me from Jim Ryan is towards the end, he talks about reaching hundreds of millions of users for PlayStation games that he wants to be recurrent users. Now, cloud gaming is a big way of doing it, but the way he talks about it, it's like he's fixing it as a career goal, that this is what he wants. But I also saw something else this week, which was a podcast featuring Sean Layden, the previous PlayStation, Sony of America CEO. And he seemed to have a different tune, the way he was talking about like xCloud, what's going on. Sean Layden really doesn't believe in it and in the xCloud model. It's expressed several times that for him it doesn't work. That for xCloud to be profitable, they would need like 500 million subscribers, which right now Game Pass is sitting at around 30 million, apparently, according to some rumors.
Yeah,
which is very good.
That's very, very good.
Yep. And yes, it is. It is a rumor, but still, even as for a rumor, that's very good because they did say it was 18 million is what was documented. But hell, 18 million is still pretty good.
Stopped reporting it.
Yeah, it was when they stopped.
And that's much of previous months before. But the latest rumors are around 30 millions.
It's crazy.
Sean Layden, when he was talking about Game Pass, basically, he doesn't believe in the model. For him, people need to pay upfront for their games. Subscription model is bad for the industry. That's the way he talks about it. That's what he believes. He's retired now. Jim Ryan took his place. Now, Jim Ryan seems to have a different tune about when he talk about the subscription models. When he talk about cloud gaming, it's a whole entirely different tune. But why it's been so shushed lately, though, you're a brand new CEO. Your first action cannot be to undo what the previous guy was doing, to flip the house around.
But part of a company is innovation, though. You know.
Yeah. But you step in a big chair. Your first action cannot be to flip around what the other one was doing. You have to take on what was happening, make a success out of it. Then you can bring in what you think will work. Well, he's just delivered the PS5, which is the fastest selling console in history.
So he made waves.
Right now, he's sitting on a success.
Yeah,
and you see cloud gaming at PlayStation is making more and more noise on the underground. And he's talking about bringing those services to get hundreds of millions of subscribers over at PlayStation. I think that he was holding out because it wasn't looking good if he was doing what he wanted. But we're about to see a much more confident and much more free Jim Ryan take the reins of PlayStation and bring it somewhere interesting. Because what happened with Nix's studio acquiring them and bringing those games to PC with Sean Layden, that would never have happened. Sean Layden believed in the games are on the PlayStation. You buy the box or you cry. If you don't have the box, you have no business playing our games. That is literally what he was conveying that in that podcast.
I used emulators. I didn't buy a PS3. I just used an emulator.
We can clearly see the old school of how it was working with PlayStation before, transitioning into Jim Ryan bringing a breath of fresh air to the new mentality of PlayStation, that they want as many devices to support the games. He's switching things one after the other as much as he can with the standing that he's gaining from having a big success with the PlayStation 5.
He's mimicking Microsoft, because if you look at look at Bill Gates, and then when Satya Nadella took over, I was not a big fan of Nadella. I don't care, dude. There are no games. I was never a fan of his at first, but watching what he's done and changing Microsoft and along with Xbox, I mean, it's like night and day difference. There was a time. Hang on.
Shut up.
You see PlayStation games coming day and date to PC as well. I'm pretty sure that will happen soon enough.
Yeah. The game, look, times have changed, and gaming has changed. I mean, once upon a time ago, we just go to GameStop and we would buy physical disc. I wait in line to buy a CD or whatever, and now it went digital. Now it's cloud. It's my son My son is loving it now with the PS. So now my son's loving PS Now, dude, and he loves the. He's been streaming using the stream feature on the PS5. Yeah, my son. Yeah,
he's opening his eyes now.
bro, he was playing Mafia, and he's like he went to the stream feature and he was playing Mafia 3, and I'm happy because it's not taking up the hard drive space. You just stream it, and his saves are being saved, and he's just amazed. And I'm like, this is the future of gaming, son.
No, it's awesome. It's people are waking up to cloud gaming. It has its user case. It's getting there. But that's what struck me the most, seeing those 3 interviews, but especially Jim Ryan's and Sean Layden's in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the old school, that what he was saying, like what he believed in, was the part that always frustrated me about PlayStation, which was tying it down to the system and making the user basically appreciate whatever comes their way, while on the other side, it's like trying to bring as much value as possible in the hands of the gamers. So there's a big shift happening right now. It's still in the works. We're still in the transition phase, but Jim Ryan certainly played the game of sitting down at the chair, doing the release in the worst conditions possible, right in the middle of the pandemic, which on one side, there's a high demand. People are bored at home. They want a console. So he didn't need to sell to the public. The challenge was having the supply, and it's still a problem right now, but it's getting better. So he did.
Who's another company that got a new CEO that's pushing cloud gaming and gaming in general? Amazon.
Yeah.
And Amazon was in an interview that did the exact same thing. During his interview, he said that cloud gaming in general and cloud gaming will be more profitable than both Amazon Prime Video and music.
Yeah.
And that's where they're going to be making they're going to be transitioning to that.
We did talk.
So it's not just Sony,
right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so I was just tying. You're seeing all of these new people that taking over the big companies: Amazon, Sony, Microsoft. They're all shifting the trajectory of where gaming was to where it's going to go.
So go ahead, Ray. You were going to talk.
Well, no, Holtz just asked me, Ray, what was the secret your son moved from Fortnite to cloud, as I'm trying to get my family members to play more because of subscriptions. He hard drive was our biggest. I used to tell him, don't you delete that game. I haven't finished it. Well, can I delete? No, do not delete the game. And so I said, why don't you try the stream feature? But that's a cloud and all that. And I'm like, dude, just try it. And now he's seeing all these games that he's never played.
Fortnite's in the cloud, man. Fortnite's in the cloud. Just saying.
He shouldn't be playing Mafia 3. I know. I tried to get him to do. I tried to get him on Geforce.
Hey,
Fortnite.
get him on Geforce Now. Let him play Postal 4. That's a perfect game for a kid. It saves me money because I don't have to buy the game. You said the key right there, and that applies not just to your son, but to everybody. They have to, once they try it, then their eyes open. That's the biggest difference right off the bat. We've seen Anthony when we showed him PlayStation Now's catalog. That was all it took. He didn't play it, but that's because he's old and old people don't like change.
Well, the whole thing is.
But the thing is, you don't.
Is old games. Everybody's like, oh my god, he's so. It's like, look, dude.
You can't have it, but. If you build a subscription service and only focus on new games, you're only going to have like 1 or 2, maybe 3. You have to, every gaming subscription, the foundation is built off of older games, because if you're going to, let's say Sony comes out with a subscription service and focuses on PS5 games. Oh, wait, we can't do anything because we ain't got none. Or Xbox, if they're only going to do.
Watching you play Crisis watching you play Crysis, and I remember playing it on PS3, and I don't remember Crysis on the PS3 looking like that.
That's what, and that's the beauty of it. I've played games, the older ones, and I've gone and Googled it on the MacBook to tell people, I'm like, this game came out in 2014. It's 7 years old, or it came out in Crysis came out in 2007. It should not look that good. NASCAR Heat 5. That's a fairly new one. I mean, some of these games.
Yeah, I want to play that. It's like
But you also get. You also PlayStation Now is the beauty of PlayStation.
It's two different studios that made almost the same game. They never met. They never talked. They did their first pitch for the game at the same time. I think on the same floor, on the same convention floor, and we're like, "What? You guys are doing that? We're doing that." Like, it was a big confusion.
Wow.
Well, and PlayStation Now, you can play those games in the cloud, and the ones that have multiplayer, guess what? You can play with your friends. Even if they don't have, if they're on a console, they can still play with you. It's no different than playing your Xbox games in the cloud. You're still going to be able to play with your friends with those games. Yeah, and we're just seeing that. We're just starting to see the push, with Microsoft. I think once they flip that switch for the consoles in December, we're going to start seeing more and more of their games coming over to the cloud.
I'm very excited. I can't wait to play Halo Infinite in the cloud. I'm excited.
Well, I mean, I streamed Halo 5 from the cloud when I was doing a test stream of that, and if you take away all of the crap that I had on the screen and I turned off my camera and it was just my voice, you would have thought I was streaming off of a console. It looked that good.
But
I'm trying to see if Xbox lets anyone use xCloud to play Halo since it's free to play. I think that will still require at least
Maker. They'll let you play it only if it can run at 60 FPS.
You'll still require either Game Pass or, depending if they evolve their model, it might be like Game with Gold or something like that. You'll require a subscription, I'm sure. But it's an interesting question. But you were gonna say?
Bet you gonna say something?
No, I was cracking another 60 FPS joke. I lost where I was going after that one.
Doctor.
Because did I show last week the Xbox Game Store?
I don't think we got that far. I think we got sidetracked at some point.
Show it. I think you did. Yeah, you did. You did show.
Oh yeah. I got the new Microsoft Store for Windows 11 because I'm in the Dev Insider build. I'm just waiting for another update to give me the Android apps. I might when that one rolls out, I might do a live stream just to show it off.
You should.
Just trying to think of a game like just looking for one that has a feature I'm talking about.
Oh, about time they put something out. I just got a email from a Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, they're expanding the game.
Are they leaving Stadia?
Shut up. Your ass up. No.
I was just calling it because I figured Maker was going to say it first.
They're expanding it. I know.
I heard Orcs Must Die is getting an expansion too. Orcs Must Die 3 is getting an expansion.
Yes, they are.
I mean, for every platform but one.
Yeah, I'm trying to sign in, but it's super.
Where's the rage vet? I'm not playing a game. You know what happened is I've been eating wings, so that's calmed the rage within. You had the Hulk had his girl that would calm the rage within. I mean, Scarlett Johansson probably, but I have chicken wings.
Wow, man. See, look, you guys been doing this show, I've got something from PlayStation. They sent me about God of War, which, oh my God, they got a new trailer that looks freaking amazing. Okay. And then EA Square Enix. Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy. They just sent the new.
Well, we got, I mean, if we want to talk hockey, we do have, I mean, this isn't video game hockey, but I do just want to give a shout out to the Washington Capitals because Alex Ovechkin.
I saw that.
Ovechkin,
I saw that.
fifth all time, baby. Fifth all time for goals scored.
Yeah.
So I got to give a shout out to my boy Ovechkin.
Yeah. You know what you should do? Punch your middle teeth out.
He's only 36 too. I was like, God damn, he's a young kid.
Still that young?
He's 36. I was like, bro, God, he's younger than me, making more money. That's unacceptable.
You know, he likes to he drives really fast. You know, around.
He's in the wrong area for.
Yeah, exactly. They gave him the key to the city, though.
I'm trying to show something here, but apparently the Microsoft website or my internet connection, I don't know. We're still live, but we might not be.
Oops.
But
something
I'm
went wrong.
unable to sign in Microsoft for some reason. But
did you know that Microsoft got rid of their passwords? You can go passwordless now. Yeah, there's a feature now that lets you go passwordless. It's just a code on your phone. But yeah,
I think we talked about this last week, but that Get Game Pass here, normally when you're signed in, you actually can launch the cloud games from that button now in Canada.
Is it?
Oh my God!
Is it just Xbox.com that does that?
That Jeff just said that something.
What?
Jeff, I'll talk to. He sent me in bed something.
Oh Jesus.
So basically, what's going on here in Canada? They updated the website for Microsoft. Right now, it's having issues, so I'm not able to actually show it. But you can still see the button, just not the right stuff that's written on it right now. But the new layout is if you're signed in, you can buy the game, or if the game is on Game Pass with a cloud enabled, you can launch the game from the store page.
I actually
directly
have
there.
that, Doctor.
You have it now?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. Last week it was still just in Canada, so it was just updated then.
Can't load it.
So this is work being done, I am fairly sure, in preparation for the possibility to buy games and play them in the cloud. 100%.
Do we call that a game change? Do we put if and when that happens? Do we say that Microsoft moves to the top of the food chain with regards to cloud gaming? Do they go number one, or do we say it's kind of a tie right now with them and GFN because both of them have been killing it lately?
Excuse me, but we got some news today with Stadia.
Today?
Grace, yes, we did. Grace announced today that, hey guys, if you do a screenshot or capture, instead of deleting your pictures one by one, you can delete them all with a one button. That was announced today.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that she announced that Phil is going to talk about Stadia gaming news at the gaming convention he's at. I was getting my hopes up for a minute, but you know.
Never know, man. He might drop.
Let me drop that FPS. Let me drop that FPS setback. Roll that back down to the 30 frames so I can adjust my disappointment.
Well, I already showed that months ago, but Xbox head Phil Spencer want to make cloud gaming project and cloud games available for purchase without a subscription, so that if you own a game on Xbox, you don't need a subscription. So that's a episode of Major Nelson's podcast.
Brilliant.
Our long-term aspiration is to make xCloud a great way for new gamers to come into the ecosystem. Now we want to give people the ability to buy. We've talked about that. We don't want to make it just subscription because we know certain people want to be able to buy their game and still play them via the cloud. So they get that convenience feature being connected to their library. There is so much opportunity as we're looking at new screen that we can bring xCloud to. It opens up massive device categories, and they don't even really think about it in terms of these games can show up. That article kind of omitted part. He actually, in that podcast, he openly mentions Stadia's model.
Doctor, in the United States, we have what is called Mount Rushmore with all our presidents. You know, if they did a Mount Rushmore of video game CEOs or execs, damn it, you put that man's face on there, man, because God bless him, he has changed the game.
He had some of the biggest impact on the gaming
that
industry
is, I mean, when
time.
they give you that ability, not only to buy the games, but what happens when you have half of your library that's installed on your Xbox is now available in the cloud? You're going to free up so much storage space because people are just going to delete all of that stuff. I mean, why would you keep it on there if you can just play it in the cloud at that point?
Yeah,
it is a Stadia's like the Xbox with their.
I remember being in the audience. I remember being in the audience, and I would see Peter Jackson roll up his sleeve. Halo coming. You know, he would always have flex his muscles, and he would have the date of a game when it would come. You know, and we were like, "Oh my god!" And everybody just lose their mind. Guys, what this man is doing for Xbox right now with the Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass,
he's shaking the industry.
This is freaking amazing. It's amazing.
He got Microsoft on board to make Xbox central to Microsoft's business.
Yeah.
And not only did he do that, look what Microsoft did. They had so much faith in him. Windows 11 was literally built around Xbox and xCloud.
Windows 11.
I mean, you have to have a damn good vision and some serious know-how to be able to convince them to create an operating system built around the gaming industry. They literally designed Windows 11 from the ground up, focusing mostly on, yes, I get they simplified things, they spruced it up, but it's focused on gamers and gaming. That was the big thing that was the major difference with it. So obviously they know what the future is.
I love that. Well, you got to have Crash
5
Bandicoot.
gaming characters.
You got to have Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, and Master Chief.
Oh, and
and I know Ratchet and Clank. Gotta have Mario, dude. You gotta have Mario on there.
Mario, definitely. Greatness for all times. Hey, we got a wild Unitrix in the chat.
Unitrix.
Did we talk about the former Google Cloud person employee yet? Have we gotten that far? I only got three links pulled up on my side that to focus on, and then we can kind of. I don't know what else we got to talk.
I got wings, guys. I have wings.
Well, we ain't done with our show, so.
Hey, that's your fault. You came in late.
So Reddit hires former Google Cloud exec as its first chief product officer.
I just thought it was interesting because we're always knocking, Google Cloud is poaching people from Stadia, and Cloud's losing people. What was interesting was that it was from Reddit, of all things. That's what I thought was interesting about this.
But it's not really gaming related because the guy is, Google Cloud does have Google Gaming under them, but
it wasn't really. I just thought it was kind of interesting. The two that I got was the one link I sent you, but it was also this one, which is PlayStation related. And I can throw that in here.
Oh yeah, the Apple guy.
No, I didn't pull that one. I just shared the link. It was for the PS Plus
earlier
with the PSVR games.
Oh yeah. So,
because I found that interesting.
Yeah, 3 bonus PSVR games. So, Rec Room, Beat Saber, PlayStation VR Worlds, Elder Scroll 5 Skyrim VR, yet another edition of Skyrim, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard will be part of PlayStation Plus.
But I think the big thing to look at that is the VR games that are included.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's all PlayStation VR games.
Well, because what we don't really hear, they really haven't talked about PSVR. We know that they've got a VR2 in the works, but I'm just like, that's the first time I've seen them giving away some PSVR games.
because I think some VR people probably said, "Hey, what about hello?"
Or it's because maybe they've got a VR announcement that they'll come out with at some point. I don't know. I would love to see like Madden
once in a while. Oh, Ray's got a headset.
I would love to see like Madden. Could you imagine like Madden or FIFA in VR?
I'm gonna tell you, I played a soccer game. I threw up, man. I played a soccer game in VR, and I actually fall to the ground.
I had people wanting me to stream a VR game, and I said the only one I've only played a couple. I did the Darth Vader from the Oculus Quest, and I had a boxing game. It was like a Rocky boxing game, and I played it once, but I almost threw a mean right hook at knocking out my son. So I did not hit him, but he walked in the path of a right hook that about took him out.
Yeah, when I got kids, I got rid of my VR.
Sony's going to start advertising that for the single folks, because when you got kids, you don't get VR anymore. That's a no-go.
What I remember is playing when I first got my PSVR. It was in a really hot period.
Actually, I do remember
it was crazy hot, and I was somewhere there was no AC. And I actually was playing the game where you're in the shark cage and you're going down in the water.
Oh, I remember that, Doc. I've done that. I've done that.
And even though it was sweat and hot, just with the blue reflection of the water, I actually felt refreshed, like if I was getting some cold air in the face. It was weird. It was playing tricks on my brain.
God, what was that game? I had it was a giant spider that came out of a cave, and then there was all these little baby spiders, and it freaked me out. And I was shooting them with this right here. You know, they got to come out with better guns though, dude. Like this shit. Come on.
You know what they need to do? They need to contact Nintendo on how to do all of that.
Yeah, the Duck Hunt gun.
Hey,
that gun was nice.
I had somebody ask me. This isn't related towards anything we had been briefly talking about, and I don't know if we covered it already. But I did have somebody ask me if I was going to play Ghost Recon Frontline, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not," because they suspended the game indefinitely. It's not happening now.
Yeah, there was a big backlash from the public.
Yeah, they got so much negative feedback on that. They just said, "All right, we're going to suspend this game, and we're not making it now."
I wasn't too sure when they made the announcement if it really was what they were hyping, because they still haven't delivered the Division Heartland, which is already a battle royale. And their previous battle royale wasn't much of a success. It's Cyber. I don't remember the name. Hyperscape. Hyperscape. Yeah, Hyperscape. You're right, Doc. That one was a brief success. Then we stopped hearing about it. So now they're making the Division Heartland, which could be good. I think, Ray, you've tried it. I'm not sure.
Yes, I did. I also signed what you call.
There it is. There we go.
Yeah,
I can't
sign
say
some
too
papers.
much. Yeah.
But I think before starting another battle royale, they should deliver that one before doing anything else.
Since we were chatting about VR,
you know, the thing about it though, there was also a lot of people when that came out. There was another kind of like battle royale type game or PvP game that had came out. What the hell is that game? Chase is always playing it.
Rogue Company.
Yeah. I mean, when Rogue Company came out, I mean, nobody was.
That was supposed to be the next big thing. It's the problem is every game has their own battle royale now. It's become just a go-to. Like let's get Rocket League. We're gonna throw a battle royale in that. Let's create a football game. We'll just put a battle royale in that one. We'll let Tom Brady battle it out against everybody else. Who's going to last? I mean, literally every game you come up with.
They're tweaking some battle royale features in it.
To me, you have so many. You can't compete. Then you're flooding the market with too many of this style of game.
But the thing is that were we ready for a futuristic hyperspace one?
No one was ready for a futuristic Call of Duty either. We saw that garbage.
People want the just the straight up like World War I, World War II. Yeah.
Throw us a Vietnam. I mean, we don't see many of those either.
I would, man. I was talking to a friend. If they had a Vietnam theme, even a battle.
There is one on Geforce Now. Actually, has a Vietnam-based game, military game. It's keyboard and mouse. I don't know if they've got controller support, but they do have one available. I believe it's actually free to play.
You're not talking about what's that? I think the Sandstorm.
No. I came across.
What the hell is that game?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see, because I know it's in my library, but I'll just type it. But you guys
in the world of shooters, the ones that are moving the most right now. Well, Halo Infinite is coming soonish. It's coming in December.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be humongous, and I know a lot of people like to downplay it because it didn't look good originally.
That would be. I would too.
I would pay a bunch of money for a bad company Vietnam Battle Royale.
That would be interesting. But yeah, Halo Infinite, if you tried the latest betas, it's good. It's really, really good. So I've seen some people actually talking it down. It's like, I don't know what they're basing their judgment on, because in terms of shooter, it's just fantastic. What we were able to try is fantastic for Halo Infinite. And other than that, the only other shooter game I've tried lately that made me excited, except for there's Crisis I'm going to play, but it's single player. It's a whole other thing, and it's a remaster. But there's X Defiant, which I really loved.
JD got on with me. I forgot to tell you guys, we were on PS5, and I got a notification. Hey, it's me, JD. What you doing? And
well, I hope it didn't sound like that, because no wonder he's off the show. We're not having him on the show anymore.
No, he wanted to play some Alpha, the Battlefield Alpha, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting ready to play Far Cry 6 with. But we were talking about Hell Let Loose, man. That game, oh my god, bro! I'm just walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. Whoa, what the hell? What is that?
We're gonna come back to this in a moment. Continue talking.
Folks. That's how we get ready to stop talking.
What the hell was that, man? I just saw a white hand pulling. The hell was that?
Don't question my things.
Oh, Vet came up with that. Well, there you go.
Looks to me it resembles a grenade.
It mimics the shape of objects in virtual reality. So you got those pads here that you press, and if there's an object, it blocks at a certain point so that you're actually holding the object.
Which is interesting, because Microsoft has been I'm just saying, because Microsoft, this caught my eye because Microsoft has been so adamant about downplaying bringing VR to any of their. The big thing was, are we going to have VR on the Xbox Series, the One X? Nope, we're not doing it. How about the Series S, Series X? Nope, we don't think VR is the future of anything.
Paul,
yet there's obviously still working on things.
Paul, I don't know what ass butter is, brother, but I'd keep that to myself.
Oh no,
Paul, wow.
I definitely know what ass butter is. It's not comfortable.
Maker said it reminds of a DualSense, but for VR.
Wow, look at all those gadgets.
Exactly. DualSense for VR, that's a very good way of putting it. Because you got all those spiral cam with a bevel here.
A motor pin here, Jesus.
It's designed so that if there's an object at a certain height, it's gonna block the pads, so that it looks like exactly
Oh,
this.
that-
It looks like you're holding that object.
Right, shut up! Don't even say it.
Pads are
God
expanding.
damn it! I know where your mind was going on that one. Damn it! God damn. All right, that is actually
Regular VR as we know.
at least they're just showing cups. Because goddamn, Ray, stop.
But
I didn't watch the video,
too.
so
Well, I'm sorry. Look, I gotta keep it real. You guys go back to the drawing board. You gotta make that different, okay? No, hell no.
They just need to change the
No.
video.
No.
The video's what is thrown.
Okay.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh, it's got capacitive detectors.
Oh
You
damn!
seen that?
Yeah.
Capacitive detectors, sensors. So it
Damn
actually
it.
detects the distance your finger is from the surface. Grab it nice.
I like that it's a Microsoft tool and they're advertising. They're,
What was the old game? It's twist it, bop it, turn it, and
yeah.
Oh yeah. I got one in the back here. Bop it.
you like to
Damn.
bop it, twist it, turn it.
Yeah, I got
Right?
it. Yeah, hold on, I got it. Hey, doctor, I'm talking about the toy.
That went right over your head. But you notice the thing I find funny is that this is a Microsoft thing that's a prototype, but they're showing the video footage on a damn MacBook. I was just like, come on now.
It's interesting.
Polaris said he's getting more enjoyment out of that than he should.
For some reason, the
This
video-
is what I'm talking about right here. Bop it. Twist it. Bop it.
turn it,
Turn it.
spit on it.
Hey!
Damn.
But just so you know, though, this is Bop It XT.
Oh, I thought you were saying this was XL. Oh shit! Oh right, so that game I was talking about, it's called Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. It's
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's on GFN?
Yep, online multiplayer. It's via Steam or Epic Game Store. It works with either one of those if you own it.
Okay, I gotta see how much that is.
$24.99. It's 24. I don't know how much it is on the Epic Game Store, but it's $24.99 on Steam. But yeah, online multiplayer. Like I said, it's keyboard mouse. But I've played some games and I've streamed some that have said keyboard and mouse only. That I've still been able to get to work with a controller.
I've seen that too.
So it's tricky because you have to if you use the Xbox, you have to adjust the settings on the controller feedback, but otherwise it somewhat works. Gas Station Simulator. Okay. It's kind of hit or miss with controller support, but it works better, but you can still use it. Oh, Paul, damn it, Paul.
Like this,
sorry to hear that, Paul. You got my sloppy
pull on it a little bit of rain, it'll make a noise.
They need to make some more Vietnam games, but I'm cool. I love World War I and World War II. So
Battlefield 1, by far one of the best ports I've seen. That was probably the most fun I've had on a GFN game on GeForce Now was Battlefield 1. Because the story mode was what got me on that game. Because Sony is one of the ones that, obviously, when you play a Sony game, the story is what captures me. Metal Gear Solid 5, was one of my favorite games because of the story in that. Also, it had, the voice actors that they use with Kiefer Sutherland and others. But it was such a great game. Battlefield 1, the storyline as you're playing each of the missions. I wish you could have they had more, but I mean, you got 5 different campaigns and different battles of the parts of the major battles of World War One, and the graphics in it and how visual it was with bodies just lying everywhere was so outstanding. Not like 5? In general that like there 5? Were bodies.
I didn't like 5.
See, I thought it was okay, but I'm more prone to like if it's World War One, World War Two. Those are ones that because they do such. You can't fudge the storyline there. You have to keep it for the most part. You have enough information out there to make those games perfect.
Did you play the advanced when they had the legs? Just you had the bionic whatever legs, and you could jump.
Oh, those were so stupid. I played a Call of Duty. One of the advanced. It was a Call of Duty. Oh my god, those were so effing stupid. I tried it as soon as I watched when they were doing the advanced all that shit. I was like, nope, I'm done, and I deleted it almost immediately. I lasted 10 minutes into that. Those are so effing stupid.
They tried to cash on the popularity of Titanfall 2 that was coming out.
It's so dumb.
The same time, but it didn't get a momentum that Titanfall had.
I think we're gonna get a Titanfall 3 announcement soon.
He loves the legs, apparently.
I'm actually a breast man.
Hey, that's for the late night show. That's for your Tinder shows.
Hey, God dang it! Stop putting this going over my head.
But no, that core game that I showed you that you popped up briefly, Manticore pulled in like what did I swear to God I read somewhere around here. They did a Kickstarter campaign for that thing and made. Let's see if I can scroll through this article. I know it was a Rec Room raised. No, that wasn't it. Where the hell? I know I saw it in here somewhere. Yeah, Manticore Games raised $100 million to build a creator multiverse.
Nice.
To me, it seems similar to the one that was on. What's the one that was on Stadia that Facebook bought? Yeah, but this they said it's more of like a '90s cyberpunk feel to it. But it pulls similar to like Roblox and Fortnite and a lot of those others as well. But with some it's built, and they said the reason it looks like Fortnite is because it runs on Epic's Unreal Engine. But I don't know if it's coming out or how that's going to look. But it looks interesting, or it may already be out. I don't know.
Created by Deadmau5.
I mean, if it never comes out, it's because it was a dead mouse. Well, oh shit! If it doesn't come out, that image alone is what got him. Yeah, Disney probably shut him. Disney probably shut him down. Disney said, "Oh hell no! You ain't allowed to use that image. That's way too close." But you look at some of this image here for the creating stuff. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to create things. And I know there's some of those games that are pushing towards that. But you look at the games like Crata and look what people are designing in those games. And sometimes they amaze me. I've looked at videos and things of people that have created stuff in that. And it just blows my mind at how good these people's minds are that they can create something like that.
The store is finally fixed, so play with cloud gaming. If I click that, goes into the.
Oh, I missed Eddie's Crisis.
Finally fixed.
Eddie's back. He just got done with the Crisis. But Eddie,
1 hour Crisis.
But Eddie, could it run on Crisis? Can it run on Crisis?
Yeah, Crisis is looking good on GFN. I tried it a little bit. Looks solid.
I'm torn because I want to keep playing that one because I have fun with it, but I also want to play I'm like, God, part of me wants to go back to Far Cry 6 because I enjoy that game too. But it's
back in the new world.
It is hard to. And just, I mean, just think of the people that have access to, when you're as a gamer, if you're not when I'm like not streaming, I'm like, shit, I don't know what to play. I got GFN games. You got Back for Blood on xCloud. I mean, there's so much stuff to do. And I watched John Scar stream or do a first look of Back for Blood. I'm sorry, but I could not. That was the calmest zombie killing game I've ever watched. Because John Scar has such a soothing voice, and then to watch him play a game where he's trying to explain about killing zombies and things, I was just like, this is not scary at all. Like, I would let my 4-year-old watch this, even though there's zombies ripping devouring people. I'm just like, I can't do it. You cannot stream scary games because I can't take that. It's like listening to Rock try to explain a scary game. You can't do it. Need to get up to mine and DrSpaceman's level so we can run that dungeon.
Yeah, talking about.
Well, what kind of dungeon you talking about, Maker?
Yeah, it's a real problem right now. The New World addiction. Everyone who plays it has it.
I'm so glad I don't have.
Sit down,
I'm not
it's like,
on that.
okay, I'm gonna play some Far Cry 6, and you're in New World.
See, I don't have that problem, folks. I don't have that addiction. I'm clean. I'm New World clean.
So I mean, I'm going everywhere. Hockey, Far Cry, New World, and Back for Blood. So it's just
I did see though they also made an update to Madden 22. They the Raiders coach is now vacant. Poor John Gruden. I'm sure he'll get a job at ESPN again.
Let me tell you something. I met Gruden. He came into the jewelry store. He was actually very nice to me. So he was a nice guy.
He just keeps everything under wraps on in the emails.
Just want to share.
Oh,
that said,
Twitter post that Eddie just did
behind the scenes.
What?
So we know that Geforce Now is it today or yesterday came out, Eddie, in Brazil.
It came out
anyway,
yesterday.
Geforce Now just came out in Brazil, and he translated that. So we knew Geforce Now powered by Avia would be popular, but the huge and unexpected response to our release created an overload. To ensure a good experience for our users, we had to pause new subscription until we can fix the issue.
But I would actually say, hey, that's actually a good reason. That's a good reason to have to pause a service. Normally, when you pausing services, that's terrible. That's actually good because that shows how popular it is.
My brother-in-law's in Brazil. I'll tell
Eddie,
him.
That's an open world game. That is impossible for most people to finish.
Have you actually? I know that Brian.
Okay, it's impossible for me to finish. I'll probably never finish it.
Ain't nobody finish that game.
You can just take a boat and leave the island, and you get the end game credit.
I did that. I beat the game in like 20 minutes. I'm just kidding.
You got all the different bosses, all the secret side missions, and
that's like saying that's like trying to finish like an Assassin's Creed game like Odyssey in a short amount of time or Valhalla in a short amount of time. There's no way. I know personally with you give me an open world game like those, I can't do it.
I don't know, man. There's guys that they got like their cans of Rockstar or Red Bull, and they just play, and they just sit in the
They're also single and have no kids and live in a basement, or some of them live in a van down by the river. Not all, when you have kids, you don't get that luxury. That's why I said they're married and they have no children. Probably live at home in the basement or in a van down by the river. But let's be fair, if you have kids and you're married, or you're married with no kids, you don't get to game like that. You're not going to be sitting there streaming games all the time. The minute your significant other says, "Let's go out to dinner," I'm playing a game. You get the look, and that's all, and then it's done. As soon as you get the look, you're done.
I know the look.
Ray knows the look.
Before we close up, there's something I wanted to talk about. We did mention at the beginning, and we haven't gotten to around. We talked about Overwatch in the cloud. There's something that's been going on over on Stadia's side.
Now, making news. Are they getting 8K?
Why I wanted to circle back to Stadia is that we've seen a lot happening lately, especially Jack Buser did a move to Google Cloud Gaming. That's no longer just a Stadia role, but a more encompassing on the different
Get out of your
partnership
mouth.
they can have. I would not be surprised to see the Stadia Blades actually power Battle.net eventually to get a cloud gaming option for Overwatch, for maybe World of Warcraft, or any other option to deliver the actual PC experience of those games, but in the cloud factor. Maybe in the meantime that you install, or if you're just fine with playing in the cloud, which we know works well, because Activision Blizzard already has some agreements with Google Cloud for hosting their games, as for their servers. So if we see them going the cloud route, we know Activision isn't really invested in making their own servers. They're using Google at the moment for putting all their everything that requires cloud on there at the moment. So the easiest method for them to retain control over their game, because we know that is one big thing, to want to retain as much control over their games as possible. So they're trying to avoid going on other platforms. So yeah, Overwatch is going on PlayStation, on Xbox, and all of those. But you don't see those games much on Steam or on Epic or other PC platform. They all go to Battle.net. So I would really not be surprised to see them strike a deal with Google Cloud and get those servers working behind Battle.net so that you can play all of the Activision Blizzard games in the cloud.
That would be huge news for Stadia.
Yep.
Huge. Because there's a lot of people that do the esports. There's a lot of people that play that Blizzard games that are part of the esports, and yeah, that'd be huge. Thank God I don't have kids. Dang, looks like it.
Thank God I don't have kids yet. Let me have very nice things. Yeah. And dang, it looks like JFN is killing it in Brazil.
I did share one thing. We don't have to show it if you don't want to. It was just a tweet. Amazon Luna added another new game, or to Luna Plus. It was, Alien Isolation was added, and they do have a trailer on their page for it. If you rewind that trailer, there.
Yeah, it's VHS.
Quality. I think they forgot to put the little ears there, because I don't think 20th Century Fox exists anymore.
Yeah,
you know, when I see that, that's what I hear every time.
And then the Sonic music starts.
Wait, Eddie, what are you talking about? You talking about Stadia and this? Have you seen a leak for GFN? What are you talking about? What you talking about?
Shh. Oh, look at that.
Ray, I want to see you stream this. I mean, you gotta have to do it earlier than your late night crap.
I'll do it Tuesday. I'm gonna stream it Tuesday.
It's got to be earlier, so I'm not already. I don't feel like staying up till midnight. I'm old.
It's looking good.
I've tested stuff for Luna. I played stuff on Luna, and I'll be honest, they've got something there, because a lot of their stuff. What is this, Maker? What are you talking about? These NDAs? I don't know anything about that. Luna has been making I know that they're in beta and they're only in the States right now, but they've been making progress. But the thing that I want to see with Luna is, I want to see, as well as it runs right now, I want to see when they add other additional countries. I want to see if the performance is still going to run just as well.
I used it in Canada.
But well. Can you imagine once it goes, like, say it goes full on in Canada, goes full on in the UK? Doing the, let's say, the couch mode, that is going to be a killer feature for them, because then you could just sit on the couch, invite your friends from across the pond. We can get somebody from Canada, the UK, and the US, and just sit there and hang out and play a bunch of games and things like that. And they don't even have to own that particular game. That was the biggest thing with the couch mode. That was like a game changer in my mind.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be huge to be able to just kind of hang out and chill on the big purple couch with your friends while you're playing those kind of games, and you just give them a code to jump right in.
What's up, Cloud Gaming Extreme?
Showing up at the bar.
What's up? Either Ace or March.
And usually, if you just be like, "Is this Ace? Is this Marchief?" And then usually the next comment is, "It's whichever one it is."
It's Ace. It's me, Ace.
We'll give you time.
What's up, fellas? I think that's Ace. What's up, Ace? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Ace here. Yep.
I know.
See, we called it.
Hey, Ace, I just want to say a good interview you had with Jack, man. Both you guys had good points. I thank you for, if you guys missed it, you really need to see that talk they had. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Eddie gave it away. When you see the word fellas, you know it's Ace.
I wasn't going to say that, man. I wasn't going to say that.
Eddie called him out. Fellas equals Ace.
Yes, he is. He is.
And if you haven't watched their CGX podcast on Saturdays, make sure to tune into that as well. Yeah. Always good fun with the knowledge and the bickering and all of that goes on, not just on the podcast, but the chat is always comical as well. I think there's more bickering in the chat sometimes than there is on the podcast. So I enjoy reading things, and then when I get bored of reading, then I listen in. But I'm still listening in because everyone on that podcast is very knowledgeable and always has great information to list.
Nothing wrong to give your opinion, because my man Vet gave his opinion last show when he told everybody to shove your head in your ass.
No, that is not what I said. I told everyone to pull their heads out of Stadia's ass. Yeah. I reiterated it was Stadia.
Yeah. Now they're great group.
But I warned everybody. I tweeted it out all day that there was going to be chaos, and it was a no holds barred match.
We met maker of Chaos 12.
What's that, Ray?
What the hell is this? What are you showing?
So that's the video that Eddie sent me. So back to 7/17. So about here, it's an unlocked version of GFN. So it's showing all kind of stuff like Twitch Studios. Nice. So it's showing different storefronts. But
interesting.
Well, you got the Unreal Engine.
DLSS similar.
This looks very similar to what the Epic Game Store is starting to do.
It's legit storefronts. Yep.
Eddie would like to come on board as a guest real quick and explain.
Yep.
I feel like we should. Ray, tell your wife she's gonna have to wait.
Man, y'all about to get me killed.
Hey, hold off on the Oragel. She ain't gonna yell at you.
Access on my ears.
You would have been dead, man. I don't know. She would have probably tracked me down and whooped my butt too.
There's Bethesda on there. There's whole storefront. There was Origin. So this is basically, I think.
Oh, it's God of
War is on there.
Is this tied to the leak? This almost looks like it was tied to that leak. 5. Don't get re-killed. That would be sad. Oh my God! Could you imagine GTA 5 pops back up on GFN? Good God, the internet world's gonna that'll be a shitstorm for the internet world. They wouldn't be able to handle that one.
And we got Eddie Player One.
What's up,
dudes?
Man, I think this stuff is supposed to be announced later, and you're leaking it.
No.
Hey, I love Dolphin Emulator. That was.
Oh, I had Dolphin Emulator. I remember
Dolphin Emulator is
great.
So
great.
I saw this video. It is from last month, and it's when it was something that it was talking about. The title of the video is "Found 18K Games," and you have PlayStation games and etc. games, but and that's the Dolphin emulator. The guy explains like
Mario
separating.
Rabbids.
Yeah, like Nintendo games there, which doesn't make sense. And here's the thing: he manipulated some files to get into this view.
Interesting. NVIDIA
but-
confidential.
We're about to get cut off, man. We're getting cut off. What's coming?
But the interesting part when Spaceman was talking about Stadia and BattleNet, for example, Spaceman, if you scroll back a little bit on the video, you see that there were different stores as you were looking at.
Yep.
So
it was around.
Yeah, and that's very interesting because there's GFN apps.
There's Origin, Uplay, GOG.
So probably this is a developer mock-up, I would say. And that was not supposed to be leaked, but it ended up being there. But it looks like it's just dev mock-up code that it ended up being on production when it wasn't. But there were 18K games there.
I'm sorry.
Behind it. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You're actually got something to talk about. I'm just saying I can't get past that sign next to those two signs behind Eddie. I need those in my my studio now.
Yeah, those are awesome. But my theory behind that, yeah, those are amazing. But my theory when that came out was that this really looks like you were saying, Eddie, this is something that probably the GFN team was playing with in the back just to see like what they could do with the hardware. But also I think that it was a sales pitch, especially if we're looking at like on that doesn't look like something just made for the fun of it. And there's a capture and there's it really looks like a GFN page that was crafted for selling the game.
But the game, it's not available on Steam yet.
It's
well,
not
even and Mafia wasn't Mafia on GFN at one time, and I believe in the beta at the time it was Mafia because I know I played. I'm pretty sure some of those were,
but GTA. Was.
Yeah, well, we know this was never.
That's not on anywhere. That's a Wii game, Wii or Wii U. Yeah,
well, but and them circling that NVIDIA confidential. I mean, that was interesting to see. But that's how you know it was tied to a developer that somebody's getting their wrist slapped for that one.
I think it was a sales pitch to try to sell the NVIDIA Geforce Now blades to provide cloud gaming services to different companies, like approaching Nintendo and PlayStation and other devs out there to try to say, look, we have the tech, we have the blades running, and they run real well. You can try your own games on them. And if you like what you're seeing, we can then proceed to talk, either do something with GFN or back up whatever service you want using our backbone data centers. I believe that's what some of these are. There's a lot of them.
I really hope that Stadia is doing the same thing.
That's the thing. That's Jack Buser. Like I don't know if you watch. Jack Buser did an interview at a moment. He knows what I think it was with IGN. He did an amazing interview. He knows the gaming industry. The guy is by far, like, with everyone that got interviewed, like over from SGNE that is there or was there before. My two favorite were by far Jade Raymond and Jack Buser. Jack Buser is really knowledgeable about the gaming industry. He's a good businessman. He knows what he's doing. So for him to move from Stadia to going into Google Cloud, and that we are seeing those entries that they want to work with partners to doing white label contracts to sell the cloud gaming to other companies. That I was talking about Blizzard, Activision, they could actually do that. Put Blizzard, the BattleNet launcher to allow you to play in the cloud. I definitely think something that Stadia could back up.
I hope. Definitely hope. All right, guys.
So I think I
Just
interrupted
stopping
you
by.
on an idea you were gone, or I pretty much summed it up.
Eddie, thank you.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see
Yes.
you guys too, guys.
Yes.
You have an great end of the show.
All right, sounds
Bye.
good. See ya.
So thank you. Have a good day, man. Man, it's nice to see Eddie.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy. Love Eddie.
Awesome content creator. Thank you so much.
Paul says, "Wait, I leave for a few minutes, and a wild Eddie is here."
Yeah. And yeah, Maker, we'll get you back on here if you want to. That was awesome last week to have you on board. God damn it. Paul is disappointed he missed Eddie.
And it's gone.
But yeah, it's interesting stuff that's going on all around the cloud gaming industry.
Folks.
Speculation.
Speculation.
But that's the magic of cloud gaming. Things can move fast, crazy fast.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of it, because it doesn't take much to update things when you're working with cloud technology. I mean, look at did we think that Microsoft would be completely done upgrading the Series X server blades as fast as they did? I mean, I knew they would, but not as fast as they did. That was the interesting thing. Like, that shows you that in no time things can just change. Like, couple of weeks later and everything is, one cloud gaming service is better than the other, and then another week goes by, guess what, somebody else has moved it into the front running of it. But that's the benefit of it, is they all kind of piggyback off of each other with trying to outperform one another, which is what happens when you have all that competition. Everybody's got to keep pushing forward, so they're the better choice. They can get more people to go. Xbox is going to be like, hey, we've got this feature, come over to us. Then, GFN's going to be like, well, we've got this, and Stadia's going to be like, well, we got that. PlayStation's going to say the same. Well, we got these games, and all of this tech, and it just keeps getting everything gets better and better, and we benefit as gamers.
Anyway, I think Ray is getting pretty hungry right now.
I'm dying. Look at me, guys.
All right.
He's trying to kill me, man. I'm dying.
I'm sorry. So, guys, where can we find you? Ray, you want to start?
Let's see. Tomorrow I will be streaming. Have my version of it's called Far Cry Fridays. I'll be streaming Far Cry 10 p.m. Then let's see. Sunday I'm doing Retro Rewind with Stadia Pro, Jeff, Ryzak, and myself. We got two great retro people that are going to be on there. And then Tuesday I think I'm going to be streaming the Alien game on Luna. So that's what I'm doing. I'm about to pass out. And fuck over here eating wings, man.
Sorry, man. Vet.
Guys can find me Vet Cloud Gaming on YouTube Gaming and Facebook Gaming. I stream on both platforms. Pick which one you want to watch me on. It don't really matter. I don't know what I got going on tomorrow. Probably be Crisis and Far Cry 6. I'm guessing I'll probably do those streams. Anything else I got is next week, Monday. I've got a 6-hour stream I'm doing for 3 years of streaming for my stream anniversary. So I'll be live playing with the community. I'll be picking games, whatever the hell I want. It's going to be everything that I've done over the last... I fucking hate that game. You know what? Somehow I will get sucked into playing that. But I'm going to be...
You'll play it.
I will be doing a little bit of everything, and it's going to showcase everywhere from where I started with retro. So I'll be doing some retro games, and I'll be playing those in the cloud. I'll be playing, GFN, probably Siege on Stadia, because I fucking hate that game. Otherwise, I don't have anything else except way out in the future, which is pretty much my first look at Riders Republic when that launches, my Halloween stream, and my 12-hour charity stream that I'm doing in November.
Busy schedules all around.
Yep. That's what I do.
Battlefield comes to GFN, you guys should organize a community Battlefield event. Just an idea.
I mean, I'll probably organize it. If it comes to Stadia.
At least my left shoe and then commuter stream.
If it comes to, I don't know if I can handle it. If it's on Stadia, I mean, I don't know if I can handle that 30 FPS nonsense.
You don't know. Don't speculate and shoot it down. They might.
It'll be.
And be at 60.
It might be. It might be at a whopping 40.
We got. Don't hate.
I'm not hating. I like it's poking fun. I can't help that they give me the ammunition to make crack jokes. I'm going to use it.
Anyway, so as for
myself, find you at?
I might be if I find the time, I might be streaming Crisis tomorrow. Really looking forward to get into that game. It looks amazing, and you'll be able to find me on Facebook Gaming apparently now. So hop on board, follow and like. Really liking that streaming platform now. Apparently, works really well. So other than this, so it's Crisis and New World possibly for the weekend. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, so you guys want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye.
Thank you guys.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you for the support. Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie, for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Eddie.
Moment.
Thank you, Eddie.
Really appreciate having you whenever you want, man. So
and Maker, we'll get you on here again for another episode of Chaos.
JD,
that'll happen again soon. Yep. So stay around for more CloudNation TV next week and so on because we're here to stay. So thank you for joining us. Have a good night.
See you guys.